I wasn't a big fan of like Puff Puff.
What?
I don't like it, bro.
What? Shit up.
It tastes like a
Get your off the set.
It tastes like
you don't like no Puff Puff.
It tastes like a boring donut.
Put some hands on him, man.
I just never was a fan of it.
It's gonna go viral in Nigeria.
Yeah, I'm just
They
being
gonna
real.
be like,
Y'all set me up.
No.
Yeah.
Chinedu Unaka.
154, we all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154, we bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like, ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like.
There's no better time than now to drop the new jersey right here at the World Cup. 154 jersey, go get it.
One of comedians' best kept secrets, but not for long. You've seen him on the Emmy-winning shows like Abbott Elementary and Insecure. He's a versatile comedian, actor, writer, host, and producer. Chinedu blends sharp wit with smooth delivery, captivating audiences with every word. Born to Nigerian immigrant parents, his comedy draws from real roots, rich culture, and the beautiful chaos of identity, family, and making it in America. On stage or on screen, Chinedu doesn't just perform, he connects, he elevates, he owns the moment. Get ready, the secret's out. Let's welcome Chinedu Unaka to 154.
Hey, baby. Yeah.
What up,
What's up, man?
What up, boy?
How y'all doing?
What's up,
You
man?
good?
I'm good.
Man, you know, we love that you're here.
Yes,
We're
sir.
excited. We're gonna have a good time. But
Yeah.
you know, before we start, we always like to break bread
Okay.
with
Yes.
a little chin chin, and of course,
Palm wine.
like
wine.
Get a little
Yes.
palm wine now.
Shake that.
Okay.
You ever had this before?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, he's like, oh, get it ready. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Sound like winos right now.
Don't be shy now.
Don't be shy now. Pour the whole bottle. I'll just take the
I
bottle.
didn't drive.
You didn't drive.
I took Uber. I took the Uber, so I will just drink what I
Get a little
got.
bit of that. Get a little bit
Yes.
of that.
How was your father?
Yeah. Right. We start going into. We go right into the family
So
story right
you
there.
heard about the politics, the Nigerian president has just kicked out.
Right.
It's always politics
Yeah,
with
right.
Nigerian
We always go right
fathers
into
and
it.
uncles. Yeah. You know who was selling drugs the other day? Like, what happened?
Chike is back in jail. Did you hear?
Yo, I had a cousin. Here's the thing. My cousin, my cousin
Oh, I didn't think
EK, man. He was a DC dude, and he was he was a drug dealer. You know, and in a way,
You can say it out
when I was
loud.
younger, in a way, I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool.
It was good.
Because everybody's in school, but you go, man, I got some bad side to, that's kind of cool. And I remember my father said, you guys, he's in jail again. I said, what? What do you mean? Selling drugs. Because he would come with Mercedes Benzes. He goes, I have 2 Mercedes Benzes.
Gold chain.
And you're like, you don't know where he's getting this
born in
shit.
Nigeria?
Yeah, born in Nigeria, but
Wow,
he moved to
so he's
America.
selling drugs out here.
So he was doing and he started getting the slang, and he started getting the slang.
Yeah.
He'd be like, this was coming to me.
Oh, yo.
I was like, I was like this. I was like, you're not good at cursing.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm glad I was born in America because we don't have to go like this, man. This mother. He was like, this was just coming. I boy, the mother. I was like,
Stitches get stitches.
yeah, but
Like, what?
and then, but it was so funny because like he would talk on the side with us, like, then my father come by. Hello, Mr. Danship. Hello, sir. But it was crazy because it was weird to have like a drug dealer cousin,
Right.
But it was almost like cool because there was nobody really doing crime in the family. But it was kind of, I don't know, it was
That's
weird.
wild, yeah.
Because everybody, in America, everybody like, oh, I got a crackhead cousin, my one
We
brother.
all got them cousins.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
all got them cousins.
I didn't think
know
Nigeria would
somebody-
have that.
Right. Well, that's what happens when you get to America, right?
Yeah, right.
Hey, Chine, everybody knows you as Chine. What's your full name?
Chinedu Unaka.
Now, how you spell that?
Oh, you want me to spell all of it?
You want me to spell all of it? Yeah.
It's chin, like your face.
Okay.
And then edu, like education. And then NNAEMEKA. And then my last name is UNAKA. So,
You know, I feel like you have been asked this before
A lot of
because
times,
you gave the shortcut version. And you had an explanation, like chin, like you already know how to spell chin.
Educate, like in those,
like education.
in those emails.
Yeah, .edu. You know the .edus. Yeah. So chin.edu.
for the last name, I usually say United Nations, also known as.
Really?
Yeah, to help people, to remember it.
Oh, that's a United Nations, and then
You're super
AKA.
Igbo.
Okay. What does your name mean?
It means let my faith guide me.
Let your faith guide you, and your faith guided you where?
Like here, I guess.
Yeah. He's
all jaded. He's like, I guess in this couch. I guess God said, come to this old whatever. What is your middle name?
Akbar means great. It's Arabic for great.
yeah, of course.
Oluwakemi means God pampers me. Idowu, born after twins. So I was born after twins.
Yeah.
My brother and my sister, they're twins.
That's crazy.
And then Bajabi Amila, big man, come save me.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Well, I think Unaka means famous, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, is that right?
But we all try to have our names.
You live
be
up
great.
to the name.
I think my name's means me bad motherfucker. I don't know. My middle name is Chukuma, means bad motherfucker. Don't when I'm getting his money. That I'm thinking that's what it is.
And what's translation?
And it's always God.
Is that the NIV? Is that the NIV version?
Because mine is like God knows all. Danchima means God is most important. Everything is God. And then Godfrey, which is my Christian name, it means God's gift of peace. But then I'm Undubisi, which means health is the most important thing.
Health. Family. God, like that's all kind of.
And that's a good thing.
The thing.
Is that your middle name or that's your other first name?
Chukuma is my middle name.
Okay.
But my Christian name it's Godfrey. My father was Godfrey Jr.
Yeah.
But then you have your Igbo name, which is mine is Undubisi.
Okay.
My sister's Odaebo, and my brother's Opani. He uses Opani. He's Daniel. My sister's Juliana, but he uses his actual name.
The name stuff is so crazy because we all kind of, it shaped our identity, right?
Yeah.
Because that was the intention. It shaped our identity.
Yeah.
But then, like, when we have these everyday experiences, like you do a skit where you talk about going to Starbucks, like when, because you don't have time to do the chin and then .edu. So what is your Starbucks name?
I usually use my dad's name, which is Chris. It's my father's name. So,
How'd you just figure that? Like, what made you go to Chris right away?
it was the conversations in line with the barista. It was just like, it'd be a long line, people trying to get to work, and she or he might be like fascinated by my name, or they need to ask me multiple times to say it. And I feel like I'm holding people up. And they still pronounce it wrong when it's ready. So I start saying Chris.
Mine is George.
Godfrey's pretty. Yeah.
They'll be like this. George. So now I'm George. They never screw up George. I just go George. Okay. If I go Godfrey, Joffrey? I'm not in the mood. George. And one time I use George all the time.
Yeah.
And one time there was a real George. Mm-hmm. And
happened to me.
it was a white dude, and it was like George, and he reached for the cup. I said,
Yeah.
He goes, I'm really George.
No, this happened.
Here you go. Speaking of.
Thank you.
Oh, damn.
There you go, Chris.
Oh, damn.
There you go, George.
Can we have this on camera?
People are going to be mad at this, boy. They're going to be mad at this episode. They're going to be like, what you drinking Starbucks?
Yeah, like, can we have this on camera? Yeah.
Oh, man, that's so funny. Yeah. For me, nobody could ever get mine right. So I promise, like, I feel like there's a network of Starbucks employees that go, hey, when this dude walks in, it's Aqua. Every time I say Akbar, they go, Aqua? And I'm like, no, Akbar, Aqua, got it.
You see it,
and then it goes
A-Q-U-A.
A-Q-U-A. And then, so now when I get there, I just go Aqua. And then they give me the look like, Aqua.
Yeah, I do.
I guess Aqua, man.
You beat them to it. I remember once I was in college, and there was a girl in front of me, and her names happened to be Chris at the coffee shop I always go to.
Damn.
And for some reason, I was like, do I use a different name now? Or just say, but I always say Chris here, so I got to say Chris. I say Chris, and she goes, your name's Chris? I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah, we're both Chris ads. We're both Chris ads.
She's like, that's
Is it
crazy.
With a K or with a thing? Like, ugh.
Oh, man.
So when I got a question. Because this is how my stage name became Godfrey. They say, oh, you trying to be like Cher and just one name. I go, nah, because the first time in Chicago when I was at Amateur Night, I put my name Godfrey Danchima. I said, yeah. And then the dude was like, ladies and gentlemen, y'all ready for the next dunk? You ready for the next motherfucker? Come up.
Yeah.
All right, this next motherfucker, you see, he's a very funny guy. He's going to do his thing. Give it up for Godfrey
Yeah.
Godfrey Dakabukana.
Yeah.
Habukala.
And it was like Godfrey Doc, and I was like, all right, I guess that's my name.
That happens when, like, if the comedian, right, if the host is like having a bad set or he might not be that funny, he'll try to use your name to get a laugh.
Yup, he sure will.
Yeah, and I'm a nice guy, but if it's like my first time in a club or, you know, I'm headliner or something like that, and I'll tell the host, like, yo, this is how I say my name. And then he's like, I'm gonna do my best. Now I'll grab his shirt. Listen, man. Let's practice. I'm telling you something.
Word up, get my shit right.
Get my shit right, bro.
And yeah, he'd be like, yeah, I remember, I will never forget this. He's like, give it up for Godfrey. Woo, Dr. Muganda.
That was confident.
And they were like, what? I said, Godfrey Dr. Muganda. Yeah.
I started roasting.
I went up there, I was like,
I started roasting the host, man. I became notorious.
I was like this, yeah, thanks you.
Yeah.
What's the worst you had?
I had somebody call me like Challenger one time. It makes no sense.
Challenger?
Like, give it up for I think it's Challenger. I'm like, bro, I told you right in before.
And there's no R in your name.
Yeah.
But check it out, they won't write it down. Because it almost I say, hey man, just write it down, and I can even give you the spell, because Nigerian names were phonetically very easy. Yeah. And he'd go, yeah. He's like, no, I remember that. Yeah. I got you, dog. I said, Danchima. He's like, Danchima. I said, 3 syllables.
It's
Danchima. I got you, bro. Got you. So, you know, black hosts don't know how to just bring you up. Yeah. They got to go, you know, talking to you. Ever He's like, y'all ready for the next one?
Yeah.
I said, this next dude, man, we back there, we holding out there, we was hanging out. And he told me how to say his name. Yeah. Give it up, man. Godfrey Dakamucha.
Yeah. You're having the host. He'll ask like, yo, what you want me to say? I'm like, look, just focus on my name. Right. I ain't gonna give you no credit, so all you do is say my name, but you can say I'm from LA.
That's it.
They be like, up next, this guy all the way from the motherland just got here yesterday. I'm surprised he got clothes on. Bro, beat your
It's like it feels like it just follows us. You know what I mean? Like it just follows us. So what was your experience like then in school? Because I'm sure like you had the same experience in school. I used to. At one point, I hated it, and then after a while, I just started to lean in on it. You know what I mean? Like, what was your experience like?
For me, it's like, you know, I would try to Americanize my name. So even to this day, I still end up saying like Chinedu versus Chinedu, which is like the proper pronunciation. So in school, it was pretty chill. The first day of school was always like the worst. I'll try to get there early. I practice with the teacher, like, yeah, I'm just FYI, I'm Chinedu. This is Chinedu.
No, time out.
Yeah,
time out.
Early, get there early.
You got to school early, so the bell rang at 8. You were there like 7:45. 7:50.
Yeah. I'm like, you Miss Bennett? I'm like, let me talk to you real quick. I'm Chinedu Unaka. I'm right here, number 27. That's right.
Oh yeah, because you was at the bottom, right?
Yeah, and I'll find the girl before me, Alicia Trulia. Like, all right, bet, I'm looking out for that. So I hear Alicia Trulia. I'm like, Chinedu, I'm here, baby. Nice to meet everybody.
Right. That's so crazy, because I would actually know, like, I would come after a Garcia. Yeah. Right? It was always like after like a Garcia, because that's GA, I'm GB. And you know,
GB don't
before I know, right? Yeah. So before I would like try to like jump the line. Yeah. And then I said, you know, I'm not gonna jump the line, because you know everybody was like start laughing.
Hell yeah.
Then I'll just sit back and go like, you know what? I'm just gonna be disruptive. I used my name to be disruptive. It would be like Akbar or
Gigabyte?
And they would just be going on like
Akbar Gigabyte.
They would go on for like
Gigabyte millimeter.
Yeah.
And I would just say, you know what? I'm not gonna rescue this person. Yeah. Like, you know who I'm talking about. No, I don't know who that is. I spent a minute trying to say like, I think you're trying to say.
Yeah. Oh, I remember the driver's what is it? Where you get your license? DMV.
DMV.
So they would always be like, Josh Jackson, Josh Smith, and you're like, here I go. That's me. As soon as they pause, I'd be like, I was gonna say that it looks like a Dakamook cack. Yeah, it's you.
I hate the people that get excited. You know what I mean? Like, you walk into a class, there's a substitute, and then you listen for it, like, you're waiting for it. You hear Alicia Trulio, And then you're like, oh, this one's a toughie.
This one's a toughie.
Chine, dude. I'm like, come on.
And sometimes when they get it right, they go, did I do it right? I go, all right.
Yeah, I get excited.
Especially when I'm like at the airport.
Yeah.
And they'll look at me and they go, Dan Chima? I go, all right.
Yeah. And then he whispered to you, I used to date a Nigerian.
I know.
Like they have to validate. Like it validate. Like
and Nigerians are so popular now that they're getting used to the names. Because in NFL football, it was hilarious because they'll be like, wow, that was a good catch by Uka. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
God, we're the Smiths and the Jacksons. It's not regular black, I tell you that.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? My brother got his nickname from John Madden because John Madden couldn't say the name. And
That's
like, so what
awesome.
happened was he was making a lot of plays. And after a while, you couldn't skip over him because if you have a hard last name and you make a play, like, let me tell you about that quarterback. That quarterback, and that time he was down on the floor. They just race over the name. But he forced him to say his name. He goes, shoot.
It was when him and the other guy.
Why am I?
Who had the heart transplant?
Was it Summerall? No,
it was Summerall. Pat Summerall.
Pat Summerall.
CBS.
And so he would go back and forth. So one day he goes like, forget this, KGB, and it just stuck. And then ever since then, everybody just.
I love John Madden.
Rolling with
John Madden be like, man, that's what I like about these little cornerbacks. You know, they go right in there. You know how they circle, boom, then bam, and I tell you, this guy, Miller. Yeah, I call him G. Miller. And Pat Summerall goes, it is a difficult name. Pat Summerall was one of my favorite. Remember Ronnie Lott?
Of course.
When Ronnie Lott would hit somebody, he'd go, that was Ronnie Lott. When he hit, he goes, you don't want to be in the middle of the field when Ronnie Lott got you.
Like,
yeah, man, that's awesome.
Were you ever embarrassed of your name, like growing up? Like, was there a time where you tried to hide from? I know I struggled with it at first in the beginning, and then until like Coming to America came out, and I was just like, all right, you know what? Forget it. Yes, I am. Yes. Like, did you go through that period?
I wasn't like embarrassed from it. I was just kind of embarrassed from like the reactions I will get from it. I love my name. You know what I mean? Of all my siblings, I was the only one that didn't really have like a nickname. I didn't grow up with a nickname. Like people start calling me Chin maybe in college.
Like the black dudes, yo, Chin, what's up, Chin?
Chin just kind of
came. You know, black people know how to show yo shit, yo, Chin, yo, Ak, what's good, Ak?
That's
right? Of course, they know God, what up? I'm like, lowercase G, lowercase G. My boy John used to call me Freedom on campus. I went to Illinois, he'd be like, yo, Freedom.
Yeah.
I was like, I like that.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
So I loved it. It was different because oftentimes some people couldn't even tell I was Nigerian until they heard the name because they weren't familiar with like seeing Nigerians per se. And so when I would say my name, then they'd be like, oh, snap. And then it's a story, which is cool versus like it's immediately like you're trying to remix it or have some fun, which kind of made me funny because I can't.
Well, we
can't slap everybody
because people couldn't tell we were Nigerian until we said something.
Yeah.
My sister is born in Nigeria. Yeah. And you can't tell, because we all look kind of the same.
Yeah.
But there's the relatives that look Nigerian. You go, oh, nah. You see that head? That's a Nigerian head. You know that Nigerian head? It's just round. And it's just this, you can tell when you see African.
But you know what? You know the other side of this too? The other side of that is when you meet proper, from, Nigeria, they come here and you tell them your name and it's the whole business. They give you the business. So like, have you because you don't have an accent, have you been like corrected on the spot?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll see it all the time. Like if I'll say Chinedu in a joke versus like Chinedu, I'll get killed in the comments from people living in Nigeria. He can't even say his name. Right? How am I supposed to laugh at this?
Or they'll do this, or they go, he sounds like he's from Ghana. It's not Nigeria. I mean, I've been getting tore up by some Nigerians because I'll do stuff about Nigeria, and then I'll put up my little comedy about being Nigerian. And they're like, a lot of them are just hating. Like, I go, because if you say you're not Nigerian, I say, why would you? You should be proud of who you, okay, I'm going to say it. But you don't know how to say. It's like a back and forth. That's why, I don't know about you, did you like doing Nigerian shows? Like, like if some college,
at some events where
it was Nigerians or
predominantly Nigerian?
Was it Nigerian American crowds or Nigerian?
So
crowds?
it was right because
there's a difference,
right? So I didn't mind. I hated it and I didn't mind at the same time. Like I loved it and I hated it for different reasons. Nigerian crowds, in my opinion, especially like you're doing like an event where it's not just a comedy show. You're doing an event. Like you're a comedian at a wedding, or you're a comedian at a graduation party. Because you're starting out, you're just chasing stages. And so Nigerian crowds are like the roughest crowds, especially like Nigerian elders. Usually you're battling chicken too. They gonna throw you up when the chicken come out. You know what I mean? And so they not even listen. They just talking at the tables.
And Jell-off hit too.
But it gives you an edge on stage. So you learn to either you're gonna die up there or you're gonna learn to figure it out. And so you really gotta like not care
what do
to
you
kind
mean
of break
when you
that.
say that? Like you say like you either gonna die. Like what?
Like you gonna bomb? You gonna let them take over the room, or you gonna demand your respect? You know what I mean?
Have you ever felt like you died on a stage?
No. I refuse. And so like I'll do what I got to do to like I'll go in the crowd. I'll call this stuff out, and then now they paying attention to you. It's almost like they respect you for not allowing them to do that.
Up.
You know what I mean? And then now you have their attention. It's like first they want to see, are you gonna let us do this? You know what I mean? It's a weird thing in the room.
My father's like, because there was this place, my father we had an uncle that owned a club. It's called the Equator Club in Chicago, all Nigerian club. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then my father said, you should come down, because when I started doing comedy, they want you to come down and do some comedy. I was like, God, really? Yeah. Oh. And this is Nigerians. Like, they're like, yes, come just do like 5 minutes. And
It'll be fine.
It's just for the people. You should be connected with your people.
It'll be
I
good.
said, what am I saying? No, I gotta go. My uncle Emmanuel, big old loud motherfucker. Go for it. Where are you going to comedy? They're waiting for you.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, yeah. And I wasn't a vet or nothing. I'm like just starting, so I'm like, it was the worst. It was so bad because there's no stage. And it was dancing and eating. And this DJ, I'm not gonna lie. Now that I look at it, it was hilarious. Yeah. When I told other Nigerian comedians, they laughed. This guy goes, okay, everybody, today we have entertainment. It was like, please clear the floor, please. Please. The mic was trash. This next one person coming up, he's a comedian. Huh? We got a comedian. He's going to tell some jokes for us. Yeah. Dude, it was the worst. He goes, he is Danchimo's son. All right, let's see. Give it up. Godfrey Jr. Chukuma. Yeah. It was horrific. And the next day, my father's like, I'm sorry.
Your dad knew.
They just, Nigerian, they're just some of them from the bush. They're just wild. They don't care. I'm not a big fan of Nigerian crowds like that. You would think it would be cool because they don't get sarcasm. A lot of times when you're like joke, they go, "Why would you say that?" I go, "It was sarcasm. it was a joke, bro."
You got to explain it.
Unless you're doing colloquial, you got to do Nigerian. But
jokes.
If you're doing,
is that right?
You gotta keep it clean. Yeah, you're there to do like that. I mean, you could do like
cursing.
You can do other jokes, but it gotta be. You gotta give them what they want to.
Yeah.
So you can do other stuff, but you gotta kind of mix it in.
So how do you work on your set for a Nigerian crowd versus like the American crowd?
Well, usually I don't really I don't do too many just Nigerian events anymore. When it does happen, it's usually like a favor for a family member, something like that. And at that point, I just do like a lot of crowd work. I just mess around, make fun of the environment. At that time too, they're probably all familiar with me already. Okay. And so it's a less of a lift. Yeah. And then at that point, I just might do a couple Nigerian shows. So it's not too big of a difference.
Would you ever do one? Would you ever go I'm gonna build an entire set? Yeah. Because the process, hanging around Cheryl Underwood and seeing how she goes through her process, I have so much respect for comedians because you guys, the process of building and then going out and practicing it and taking it and sharpening it, it's just it is a tool problem. Had you ever thought about that? I'm gonna build a whole set.
For just?
For Nigerians?
Yeah. When I started out, like I said, I'm just chasing money, et cetera. And so the weddings pay well. They do pay well.
They do pay well.
So I was like,
because you overcharge them because it's a wedding?
Yeah, because they say you start at 5. They start at 7. Yeah, I'm end up being a wedding planner. I'm like, bro, they asking me questions I'm not supposed to answer. I'm fighting. I'm trying to keep the microphone. Like, don't get an uncle the microphone. Like, all right, bet. I'm fighting him because I'm hosting it too.
Yeah.
You know?
So you're doing
way more work than just.
Of course. Oh, they don't just. They be like, we pay 7,000. You have to.
Yeah, you got to pay
do some other things.
You know the making fun of and the keeping sharp. Like I remember I used to get so sensitive with the elders. Like very like trying to correct you on every little thing because it's such a tonal language. You grew up in an Igbo family. Did your family, your parents, did they try to teach you not only the roots, the language? You know what I mean? I know my father tried to teach us, but work and life got in the way and it just kind of tapered off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was your experience like?
I remember literally maybe like 2 or 3 days when they tried to teach me. I was the 4th child, by the time I was born. So in some senses, like my oldest sister kind of was raising me too. My mom and dad at that point, like autopilot, they just worked a lot.
Yep.
They cooking, they cleaning, but I was no real conversations happening with them. Yeah. It was kind of almost like my older siblings' responsibility to kind of like give us anything extra we needed.
Do they know Igbo? No?
My sister knew a little bit, but
everybody's born here.
Yeah, everybody's born here. Yeah. All my siblings, yeah. My parents came kind of young. Okay. My mom was maybe, I think 18 when she came.
Wow.
And my dad was maybe like 27.
That's just Mike. Yeah. They were like about
28.
My mom was like 18. Nebraska. Yeah. I was born in Nebraska.
Really?
Then grew up in Chicago.
Yeah, he left.
My father went to
real
school.
Quick.
My father went to school there. Went to school in Nebraska at a teacher's college because he became an educator in Chicago.
My parents were teachers too.
Which was crazy because I did a show at Omaha Funny Bone in Omaha, and I had never been to Nebraska as a grown man.
Yeah.
So I go do that, and this guy goes, and I'm on stage talking about, my father went to Dana College. So everyone was like, yeah. I was like, okay. He used to always brag about that. I didn't think it was real, Yeah. And then this guy goes, I'm gonna take you. You want to go to your father's campus? And I think it's like defunct and it turned into a different school. And I said, yeah. And then he drove me. It took about an hour and a half from where we were.
Yeah.
And I was like,
no buildings, just grass.
My father came here in the late 60s and 70s. Dude, straight from Nigeria to this. I go, man, parents, they went through it. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you if my father didn't go through that.
Yeah, facts.
And have jobs. He was like, I was in Omaha. I would just have 3 jobs.
Yeah,
I would
my
be
dad
seeing double.
Yeah.
I was driving.
My dad had 3 jobs. He was custodian.
My father washed dishes.
He was custodian for the school. He ended up teaching that. Then he was a butcher.
Yeah.
Then he used to like make pizzas, like do Pizza Hut deliveries, I think too.
Yeah.
And while going to like at JC at Southwest.
And what did your dad settle? What was his job?
He taught for a little bit, then they both became social workers.
It's crazy because my dad, he started off as like washing dishes at the airport, and then kind of worked his way through the restaurant. Then started his own business, Ice Cream Truck Man.
Yeah.
Which they roasted me as a young kid, but then at the same time they were
all
at the
can't wait to get a cone.
Yeah. And I was like, dang, like when do I get in the back of the truck? Like I was waiting for the line to go down. You know what I mean? So nobody saw me go in the back of the.
Your dad was the ice cream man?
Yeah.
How old were you when he was ice cream man?
Oh, elementary. Through all.
Did he have the song?
He would pull up to the school? Will he announce your name on the? Did he announce your name on the microphone?
No.
Where are you?
No.
Bijamila.
Come help me with the cones.
Hey, was it you want vanilla or Bijamila?
Where are you?
We want vanilla.
Bring your friends.
You have your own flavor.
The white ones, they have the money.
Vanilla with Bijamila and chocolate.
You know what's crazy about that though too, is that my dad had a big old freezer, like one of them, like
the deep freezer.
We all got deep freezers,
but this one was deeper than deep. This was like a deep. We had the deep freezer for the meat and stuff.
Yeah,
but he had the deep.
This was the ice cream freezer.
Yeah, the ice cream freezer, and he had a lock on it because we used to run my dad. I mean, Dad was gone.
And he's in there, strawberry shortcake.
Get the UFO right there. Yeah. I mean, like,
look at
what is happening to my inventory?
You have 12 cavities. The closest thing to that, I had a teacher come to my high school that was Nigerian. And he was like, just got to, the States, and he was a geometry teacher. Ended up being my teacher. Everyone's like, Chinedu, is that your daddy? I was like, no, that's not my father. Yeah. Mr. Yokata, your dad. And then I'll be in there. He would call me out. Why can't you guys be like Chinedu? I'm like, yo, do not do that.
You're going to get my ass
you gotta stop doing that, bro. I swear to you, bro.
You think you all that? Cause he Nigerian, man.
Look, Chinedu does his work. He talks, but he does his work.
And he was like, you isolated. You get on the schoolyard. What was they saying on the playground?
Yeah, they kept saying like, I know that's your father. It's not my father, bro. Chill out.
That's so
funny. That's so funny because I remember when my friends saw my parents speaking the language, right? Mm-hmm. My buddies, a lot of our buddies are African American.
Yeah.
And so my parents speaking Igbo. My boy Hiram, remember, he goes, man, yo, what the my parents speaking, man? I said, oh, the Igbo, man, I'm Nigerian. They said, oh, man, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You like African?
Like African.
Yeah,
what?
they always say that. Like, oh, like
they say and they was like, I thought you was regular black. I thought you was regular black.
Yeah.
And he was like this. No, I thought you was like, well, it's a soft G, Nigerian.
Yeah. It's only one.
You're like, oh, I had never used that one before. Yeah. I might use that one.
It's a soft G, bro.
It's a
not good. Not good.
Nigerian.
Oh, he goes, man, that's dope, man. And I remember, when we were being made fun of, black African booty scratcher. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And I used to be like, do we scratch our booty?
Yeah, right.
I mean, black African booty scratcher. And I remember all those names. And I remember my sister's friend, Lois.
Yeah.
I remember I was always amazed at her because she was a heavy-set black girl, but she could tread water, she could float.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember her treading. I remember this when I was like 10, she was going, I said, yeah, they just keep making fun of me, blah, blah, blah. She was an older black woman. And she just floated, and she goes, well, at least your relatives aren't slaves. Mm-hmm. She goes, you should be happy. You're connected to your people, blah, blah, blah. And when she told me that, I went over to where they were roasted. I go, well, at least my stupid relatives ain't slaves. This is Chicago. At least I'm connected. They beat me into slavery. Yeah. I was like, so I took her. She said, well, I got one. Leave my name.
Welcome to Chicago.
I was like, well, wait a minute. I thought we roasted. We didn't ask you to do no motherfucking anthropological.
You talk about the language.
Yes.
Like, did you guys, I remember you used to always ear hustling, like when my parents would get into arguments or they were talking, and they would always be speaking in the native language.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like trying to listen. I'm like, I don't know. And I'm trying to pick up little parts.
My sister knew.
My sister knew. Yoruba, and I'm like,
yeah.
Or I'm just like, well, what did they say? What was that?
My sister was in Nigeria for like 2 years, so she retained it all. She can't speak it for.
She was little, or she was sent back?
Little. She got to America at 2.
Okay,
cool, 3.
Cool.
And so she knows it when they're speaking.
That's the best.
Totally,
yeah.
She does. She can't speak it for. She's like, I don't know how to speak, and her voice is the worst. Mm-hmm. But she knows when my parents would be arguing, they would close the door, and you'd be like, and my mother would be like, my sister would be like, ooh. What the fuck are they saying? Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Was it like that in your house?
No, they argue with the doors open.
But in their native tongue.
They'll go in and out. You know,
broken English.
Yeah, sometimes my mom wants us to hear.
Yeah.
So she just,
when she was in, so that means when your mom was arguing in English, it's for the whole house to know.
Yeah. My dad didn't really argue. He was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ogini.
Yeah, he was like,
what? That's what in Igbo. Ogini.
Yeah.
Ogini.
Yeah.
And my father would talk about my mother to me.
Yeah.
He'd be like, your mother, she just. See, when you argue with a woman, if you keep arguing with a woman, you become the woman.
Yeah.
He's like, don't be a bitch, basically. Don't argue with women too long because you become the bitch. Oh. My father used to say that if you keep, women.
He didn't say.
No. I was reinterpreting. No, I'm saying. I'm saying American version. He's like, don't be no bitch. You're like a bitch.
He like, Mom, you know what Dad told me? Dad was like, why would you say that?
Food. What about food? What was your favorite food growing up?
For me, probably okra soup.
It was okra soup.
I'm a big, and then goosey soup. Those two,
Goosey's
I love it.
number one
with rice. I love it with Fanarina, fufu, Gary. But for sure, those two. Like,
was there anyone that you steered away from? Like,
I wasn't a big fan of like puff puff.
Like what?
I don't like it, bro.
What?
It tastes like a.
Get your
off the thick.
It tastes like
you don't like no puff-puff?
It tastes like a boring donut.
Put some hands on them, man.
I just never was a fan of it, man.
Puff-puff is so good.
It tastes like a bland donut, bro. It was just bland.
Who
made it?
That's the wrong house, bro.
My parents never really made it. So
my
I
mother
always
made
had it outside the house.
That's why.
So I never had no good one.
My mother.
Okay.
And I always had it in, when it was available in bulk. That's the only time I had it. So I never had a puff.
Oh, my mother would take it out of the thing.
Yeah, it was always that like
when
an
it was
event.
Hot, you got it hot. Yeah,
never.
And you can have it either.
They never made it. They
or
never
you
made
can
it.
have it with a little spicy.
Yeah.
They never made it. They never made it.
What?
They always meant made the heavy stuff. You know, the jollof rice and all that shit.
Hey, you know this is gonna go viral in Nigeria.
Yeah, I'm just
They
being
gonna be
real.
like,
Y'all set me up.
No.
Yeah. Hold on. Well, what's yours? That's not fair. What's yours?
Okay.
Yeah,
For me, it was. Do you guys know ogi?
Ogie, hell yeah, it's the porridge.
Yeah, and it's
Ogie stunk like
no.
Ogie was smelly.
With the plantain?
No,
No.
it's like a porridge.
It's a porridge.
It's like the cream of wheat of Nigeria.
And it's like
real gooey.
But here's the thing.
I didn't
It's
like
kind of like a bright
I didn't like
orangey
Ogie.
look.
No, it's white. It's like
It's white. It's white.
I never had it.
But here's the thing. When you put sugar
really
in it,
good.
it tastes really good, but you have to
hold
eat it
your
like
nose.
this.
Really?
It
You want
smelled like.
Ogie?
I
I'd be
never
like,
had it.
Have you ever smelled throw up before?
Yeah, it's like vomit.
It smells like vomit.
But it tastes
And
good when you put sugar on it.
throughout the house.
Yo,
But it tastes good.
Oh my God, you brought up
Ogie,
Ogie.
I'm telling you, it was the worst. If I made that for my kids today, they would
smells.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it stinks up the
Ogie
whole
was
house.
like a pork because you had cream of wheat, and my mother, you want Ogie? It was like okay, and it stunk, man.
Yeah.
But it was
I thought I
good.
was the only one.
No, I ate Ogie.
We need to
I don't think I ever had the white.
You know what? This would be
A white goo?
It's just like a porridge.
It's like it looks like cream of wheat. It looks like cream of wheat. It's smooth.
Ogie, look up
I
Ogie.
don't think I ever had it, man.
It tastes really good,
Yeah.
but it's like it was the one
stinks.
that will mess up your senses.
I did not like that.
People love the meat pies, the plantain porridge, black beans.
My mother,
Moi moi.
There's moi moi.
yeah.
That's like moi moi with the egg and all that.
so
and she
good.
would put it in the aluminum foil.
Yeah, so good, so good.
Then my mother did the other one with the is the black eyed peas that the cake thing with. It's made out of. What's the name?
They're all made out of.
It's like it's so good.
It is made out of black eyed peas. The one
It's
that
like
they put in
mashed
the
black
blender,
eyed
right?
peas.
Yes,
and you fry it.
It's
called. There's an
okra.
No. Okra. That's the green thing.
No. It starts with an O though. I know what I'm talking about.
Give us the- I'm
I know
gonna
what you're
get
talking
to
about.
that.
And it's like a flat.
It's flat.
Yeah, it's like this color. Yeah. It's
so
good. It's so
I can't
good.
remember.
What is it called? It's
Damn it.
fried.
It's like mashed black eyed
beans.
peas. My mother used to make. My mother made everything.
Yeah, so
good.
And my mother could burn because you know how I know? Because all the Nigerians would come to our house because we were real snobs. My mother made the rice and stew. My mother could burn, and so we go to like the Gusanyas, the Yorubas, right? My mother spoke Yoruba also. She spoke both.
Not moi moi.
Not moi moi.
It's a fried.
It's like fried.
Yeah.
Moi moi is baked.
It's blended. Yeah.
And so blended and then baked,
baked,
right?
yeah.
So we would go to the because my mother spoke Yoruba also.
Yeah.
Because she grew up in Lagos.
Yeah.
I know how I found out.
Say it again.
What is it?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So
Stupid.
I remember learning my mother speaking Yoruba because I was like, because the Agusanyas would come down to the, and then my mother, I know Igbo. I know what Igbo sounds like. And then all of a sudden it was different. I was like, I said, "Mom, what are you speaking?" She goes, "Oh, that's Yoruba." I said, "Oh, how
Your mom was bilingual?
yeah. Oh, she could speak. Oh, yeah. She flipped it because when I would listen to Fela, she would explain what Fela is saying. Fela Kuti, what is it? Ashakara. Ashakara Loji. That means a show off. Because in that song, Ashakara, he's Fela was Yoruba.
Yeah.
And so he go Ashakara Loji. I say Ashakara Loji. I said, what does that mean? Oh, that means somebody that talks a lot of but doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Because in that song, Fela goes. I explain what shakara means. It means I'll go beat you, but I no go kill you. Now shakara.
Yeah.
I go. Let me take off my dress, like take off my shirt,
yeah.
and whoop you. But he don't do nothing.
all the show.
So my mother explained. I go, but my mother spoke Yoruba. She would flip the languages. Crazy though.
Wow, that's
Crazy though. Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say like because we were talking about this the whole experience of food too. Like, I don't know if you guys grew up this. My parents didn't really expose me to fast food. Like I remember when I had my very first fast food, which was Burger King. That was the very first time that probably
Boga.
was like around, Boga King. You want Boga King.
You want
And it was like such a huge-
Bugger Chief. Let's go
Boga
get
King.
Bugger Chief.
Did you guys eat a lot of fast food? Or
No, the first time I had fast food was when I broke my arm in 4th grade.
I bet it was good.
And I was like, damn, I gotta break a bone to get a Big Mac. You know what I mean? I was like, that's literally what I thought. I was like, I've been asking for this for a long time.
We had junk food. But we ate mostly was African food. Was mainly
90% of the time.
Because my mother always had pots in the stove. You could reheat it, put this little
we
pot
never
in
had
it.
fast food.
But then every once in a while, we get the Dunkin' Donuts or the McDonald's.
We would get that. We would get like
pizza,
my dad would buy like a box of
Donuts?
Winchell's
Winchell
donuts.
Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Winchell's,
my dad,
yeah,
yeah,
Dunkin'
And then the
Donuts.
Costco 12-pack muffins. But outside of that, we wouldn't get fast food. I used to hate it, but as an adult, I'm so
appreciate it.
happy.
But no, when you look
You know
at
what I
it
mean?
now, you're like, thank
Yeah,
God.
because
But-
sometimes I think kids, they grow up with fast food, and then when they become adults, they still want it because it's not just fast food. It's like it's tied to so many memories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's nostalgia.
Yeah. But when we went outside, you with your friends, you go, we're going to McDonald's in high school.
It was
stuff
never,
like that.
I actually didn't actually desire it like that. Like my kids, to this day, my kids have never eaten at McDonald's. Like I just won't do it.
How old are they?
From 16, or I have a 20
Damn, they
I
never
have a 16-year-old,
McDonald's.
and I have two
That's
twins.
amazing.
That are
You got like a body camera on them?
well, I mean,
By
like
16, I was getting it myself. You know what I mean?
no.
But you know what? But you know what too? It kind of makes sense because of the way they've been calling out a lot of these nasty food places.
Sure.
Yeah,
so
that
there's
too.
so much information.
There's a
on
lot
how
of information.
horrible- We didn't have that information. We were just like
Yeah.
McDonald's commercial. McDonald's. You're
McDonald's
like,
wasn't
yeah.
even using real beef yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I used to
now
feel
we're
like-
real beef.
Yeah, so I used to feel like I was missing out because they had the little play areas. It
was
and I
fun.
always
I ain't
wanted to
gonna
go to the
front.
play area.
I ain't gonna fun.
Yeah, that part.
That was
The
fun.
toys.
McDonald's was fun.
You
I
was
ain't
in
gonna
there?
lie, because man, when kids would come to McDonald's, you'd be like,
Yeah, it's a big
You'd
thing.
be so. I've never seen an unhappy.
And you don't realize
face.
this is salt making you dance.
Right, yeah, right. I've never seen an unhappy face in McDonald's.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of unhappy faces at Whole Foods. But I've never seen an unhappy face at McDonald's. Because it's like, $5 for all this?
Yeah.
You go to Whole Foods. How much is this hemp milk? Bull.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, man. So that's, for me, it was, but it was always Nigerian food. And then what's so funny is the palm oil that we used.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny. They're selling that in Whole Foods now for $30.
I bet.
And they used to say, oh, palm oil is some of the healthiest oils. And we were eating it all the time. And then Whole Foods had the nerve to put in a little bullshit little jar. And I was laughing.
Does it got little chunks of food in it too?
because
Your
ours
mom, you saved it. Yeah,
we
we
saved
saved
it
it.
and put it on the stove.
Yeah.
We saved it,
Put it in a empty jelly
empty
jar.
jelly.
Yeah.
That's right. And she go, don't touch the oil.
Yeah, Dad, be careful with that.
Yeah. So how long you been doing comedy now?
I started comedy. It's like 2 different start dates, kind of.
Because you stopped, you went.
No, I never stopped. I just wasn't taking it serious. It was just a fun thing I just did randomly. You know what I mean? I started in college in 2008.
Okay.
No, yeah, around 2008, and I got on stage off of a dare, and then I was just my frat would like hire me to do like random shows for them.
Frat?
Yeah.
What frat?
Alpha Phi Alpha.
Are you Alpha?
Yeah.
I didn't know you played
You Alpha?
No, I didn't pledge that.
Okay.
I'd have pledged Omega if I did.
Okay, yeah,
I didn't do no.
same.
You
You
got
06,
Omega
you 06,
energy.
all right.
He got
I
Omega
Omega
energy.
Damn right.
Oh, what kind of energy do I have?
You probably Kappa.
You a nominee?
No,
You a Kappa?
no, I'm not. No, I'm
You
not.
in a frat?
No, I mean, but if I
You seem versatile.
I seem versatile.
Yeah, yeah.
I could go in.
You could go, yeah.
You could be iota for all
I wanted to.
They don't even. 1962 is Iota. No disrespect to Iota.
No, shout out to you. We ain't gotta do that. Yeah, shout
That's
out
the
to them.
Divine Nine, man. I had it all. We had all of them in our college.
Yeah.
We had them all.
You know, because you said you got into comedy is interesting. Because I want to know yours too. But
Yeah.
for you, like you got into comedy.
On a dare.
How did you got in on a dare? How did your parents take to that? Because you know you have to go to school to get your master's degree and your PhD. Like, what did they say when you told them like, I think I'm going down this comedy route?
I told them early that like I like doing it because by that time I started doing like some Nigerian events. So they was like, oh, this is cool. In their heads they thought they
What was
saw
your
it as a
major?
hobby
What
as
was your
well.
major in college?
I was sociology and education. Okay. Yeah. And then
You said they saw it as a.
like they called it as a hobby. I never really like talked to them about it because in my head it's like it's my life. I don't really have to like proclaim that I'm doing this. You know what I mean? Right. But then when I finished grad school, that's when I started taking it more serious. And they would call me like, oh, "Where are you at?" Like, "Oh, I'm at a show. They're like, hey, "We need to talk."
What is this show?
What is your plan?
Your
with this
program?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I like doing it. Yo, so,
Were you nervous? Were you scared when you had to kind of?
No, because I already know what was going to be. I knew my dad was going to be like, whatever. He was going to be cool with it. I knew my mom wasn't going to like it, so I wasn't like going to be surprised by her reaction.
What did she want you to be like? Because they have their accountant. Why don't you be an
engineer, doctor?
Engineer.
Any of those would have been fine with her.
Yeah.
For sure, she wanted to be a lawyer or like a doctor. That's what she wanted me to do.
Yeah.
I was kind of leaning that way in college, but I kind of knew deep down like I don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
But I was trying to figure it out, and then kind of found stand up naturally. And it just came easy to me, and so I just kind of kept doing it.
Yeah, we both have something in common. We both grew up here in South.
Well, you both grew up.
Yeah, we grew up here in South. Yeah, it used to be South Central LA, and then all of a sudden
now it's was it
South LA?
LA Heights.
Yeah.
It's always Heights.
Yeah, they go
when
turn.
whites come, it's Heights.
It was South Central.
We're elevated now.
South
Ingle
LA
is changing.
Yeah.
What is it? Ingle Heights.
Ingle Jingle soon. Yeah,
Jingle Ingle. Are you from Jingle Ingle? Oh wow.
Yeah.
What was that like growing up here in LA?
LA was great because being first generation, but being surrounded in like such a diverse city with other first generation. So I had like really close bond with like my black friends, but I also had like this really close bond with friends from like India and Mexico, because sometimes their household was a little bit more similar and similar things going on than in like other households. And so it was cool to have like duality and like be able to relate to everybody. So I like that I got to exercise that in LA, and like all my schools are super diverse as well.
Did you feel like you had to code switch? Because for me, it was a code switch. At home, I was very Nigerian, and at school, it was different because I would get made fun of by the way I was at home. So I had to learn to maneuver and go, okay, in this environment, I could be more like this.
Yeah.
At home, I was, yes sir, yes ma'am kind of thing.
And I think it's like, it's code switching, but I think also it's just a part of all of it is who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you're being affected by your environment, you're being affected by your friends, by the things you go through, and you're just very malleable, right? So you're able to like adapt to situations very quickly, just a sign of intelligence.
Did you bring your friends to your first shows?
Huh?
Did you bring your friends to your
my first show?
Because in LA, I think it's bringer. In New York and LA, it's bringer shows.
Yeah.
You got to bring people to get stage time. Chicago wasn't like that. We just went to an open mic. I started in
and there's real people open mics.
Yeah, I started in a comedy team first.
He was improv.
It was Godfrey and Alexander. We were up doing
Y'all go on stage together?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And I remember coming out of college, I was pre-med psych major. So I was like, okay, I remember this place called Ed DeBevick's, downtown Chicago, Ohio Avenue. And I'm sitting there, and we're at the counter, and this dude, Alex, he was about your height, and skinny dude. And I was like, yeah, man. He's like, what are you thinking about doing? I'm thinking about doing some comedy. I'm gonna start doing stand-up, because Tommy Davidson had come to my college and hung out with us.
Yeah.
You understand? So I was like, I'm thinking about doing comedy, man. I've been wanting to do it. And I've been writing notes down in the dorm room. Like, I think I could do this. You know what I mean? And he goes, and my buddy goes, yo, man, I tried stand. I've been doing, I do open mics. I've been doing it for about 2 years, blah, blah. And I said, what we should do? We should do a comedy team, man. They ain't seen that in a long time. Right? I said, yeah, Godfrey and Alex. That's what we call it.
Yeah.
And so I just came up with some sketches. He goes, there's an open mic in a few hours down the street at the Funny Firm. I said, word? I said, yeah, let's just come up with some.
The Funny Firm?
It was called the Funny
That's
Firm.
a horrible comedy club spot.
But it changed. It was actually a different name, but it was the Funny Firm. Yeah. Hey, and I didn't know about it. He just told me.
Oh, like lawyer firm. Okay.
Funny Firm. And he went over it. I said, yeah, it's at 8 o'clock, and it was 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I said, all right, let's come up with some. And so I've never done comedy before, but I was like, I got to do this shit.
Yeah.
So we wrote up some sketches and stuff, and real corny shit. And we went over to the open mic, because he knew the dude over there.
You weren't afraid?
In my pants. I was just like, I'm going to do this, because I want to do it, but you're like, here it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm going over there, and they have a lottery. They had a bunch of numbers. It's 1 to 12. And then of course they had like 1 to 20, but if you pick any number from 1 to 12, you're going on. Yeah. That's the time you go on. So we were like 8. So we had 8. You're going on 8. So I was like, damn, we actually are getting on. I thought we'd be like, 20, 19, too bad. Yeah. Nah, we had 8. So it's like, we're going up.
Oh boy.
So, I had never been so scared in my life, because I've never done this before.
How'd it go?
We killed. Yeah. And it was nervous getting laughs, because I just wrote this. said, hey, because it was mostly, my first thing was I remember the first joke was he was a hypnotist, right? Because he was more the straight guy. Yeah. I'm a hypnotist. I'm going to hypnotize my whatever patient into voices. And so that's when I did, when Cosby wasn't a bad word.
Yeah.
Cosby. He goes, you are Bill Cosby. Is he? And the people.
It's a great way to get into impression.
People went, I was like, and I was saying, and my daughter, and and then I did Carson. Wow, I did not know that. I switched into that.
Yeah.
Bomb. They were like, yo.
Yeah.
And we got off. Yeah. I was like, oh, worked. My legs. And from there, I was like, I'm not going to stop. So I did it for like a year. We opened up for Adele Givens, Steve Harvey. I remember Steve Harvey's the reason why.
They was coming to the school?
No, we were doing this. It was a club, an all-black club called All Jokes Aside in Chicago. It was #1 for 7 years.
Yeah. I'm familiar. That's the first place I headlined.
Okay, All Jokes Aside. Okay. Did you think Jokes and Notes?
Oh, no, Jokes and Notes. I'm talking about them.
Mary Lindsay.
She was a part of that?
She was part of All Jokes Aside.
Got you.
That's where me, Deion Cole, D. Ray Davis, that's when we saw Bernie Mac for the Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Mark Curry, I met Mark Curry, James I met everybody came to that. Everybody came to. I remember Steve Harvey when he had hair it was balding. All right, I was tired of the duo thing because my partner would be like, sometimes he wasn't really feeling like going up on stage, but I wanted this so bad.
Stage stream. And
I started writing my own in case we break up. I'm gonna have my solo. So then I'm in the hallway.
He was planning the breakup.
But he was because with a duo you got to be on point. Yeah. So he was like not really feeling. I said, and I remember being in the hallway, and Steve will never, even though I imitate Steve Harvey now, but he's the one reason why I left the dude. Because Steve was in the hallway. He said, "Man, what's wrong with you?" I said, "Man, I don't know. I don't want to do this duo thing anymore." He goes, well, he said, but you the one with the talent.
You know, you got to do it in the Steve Harvey voice, though.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't exaggerated. He said, listen, man, you the one with the talent. You know, I said, yeah, man. He goes, how much you getting for this? You know, you're just starting. You're getting like $100. He's like, are you tired of splitting that? I said, yeah. He said, cut his I will never, and I have a picture of that day, me and Steve.
Yeah.
He goes, cut his
I just imagine Steve in the hallway smoking.
You said what?
I just imagine like Steve in the hallway smoking.
No, he wasn't even smoking. He had his bag because he was leaving. He goes like this, cut his I'll see you later. Boom, walked up and I said, I'm cutting his ass. And I cut his ass. Every time I said, cut his ass. That's Steve Harvey now, but he was like, cut his ass. And I cut his ass. I remember cut his, and I did, and that was the best move. Yeah. You don't even realize he's the one that made me do that.
It's a pretty cool story.
Cut his ass.
Yeah, so you learned a lot from that in that moment because that took your career to the. What was your like next moment, like where you go, yep, this is it?
Well, I don't know. It was like my first time doing stand up was like off of I wasn't even like supposed to do stand up. I was in a rap group called Top Mission.
Wait, there
we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
What was your rap name?
It was horrible.
Chin Chin. Was it Chin Chin?
No.
Go ahead, say it. Hold on.
I feel like that was an option.
Okay. Hold on. We need some silence here.
It was Puff Puff. No.
Before Puff Daddy.
No.
Okay.
It wasn't that bad, but I wouldn't choose it now.
Okay.
It was the dude. Yeah.
Wait.
The dude. That's it.
The dude?
It's very stupid.
Wait, the dude?
Yeah, just the dude.
You still got bars?
Yeah, I ain't about to freestyle now, but yeah, I can freestyle.
Something.
No.
Such a talk show host.
Yeah.
All right.
You about to have me on the couch. Yo,
Do you have?
You got any like a line?
You remember something back then?
Nah.
I mean, we could battle real quick.
Nah.
Yo, my man Chinedu on the show acting like he don't know. He better understand my nasty ass flow.
Yeah.
What? Whoa! You don't want that.
And the winner
The album is coming out next week, baby. You see my flow real quick? Go ahead.
Find him on Spotify.
Steve Harvey's like, cut the rap.
Cut his ass.
Stick to the gym.
Take your ass to class and cut your.
But your aha, like, yo, this is it. Your Steve Harvey moment was what?
Well, how long was the rap group? Come on.
Well, it was only in college. But it was like opening up for Keek to Sneak. It was dope. It was cause my roommate, not my roommate, but my next door mate, Ivan Haynes, ended up being my frat brother later. He was a super talented rapper.
Okay.
Actually looks like Ben Staples a little bit. Both from Long Beach, which is weird. But after I got off stage, my homegirl was doing stand-up comedy. She was Nigerian.
Okay.
And she was bombing. I didn't know what bombing was. This is the first time I've seen stand-up in like real life. I watched it on TV all the time.
Right.
It was, watching you, et cetera, everybody, right? And I'm laughing because I'm thinking I'm helping her. I'm laughing at how awkward it is. And she calls me out. She's like, "Oh, Chinedu thinks he's funny. What'd you get up here?" My boy Dion was always he was from Crenshaw. I went to Crenshaw High. Ivan did too. Okay. He's like, man, he was always trying to tell me to do stand-up. He said, man, if you don't get up there, you're a bitch. I was like, fuck it. I'm off the high of the rap. Before I walk on stage, I grab a mic. I'm like, man, give it up for Cindy.
That was whack.
And I don't have no jokes, you know what I mean? So I'm like, trying to think what to say. I remember it was Mother's Day weekend. I was like, it's Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. And nobody claps. I'm like, good, we in college, you. No, I said, where my mother's at? Nobody claps. I'm like, good, we in college, you whores. And then they exploded, bro. And I was like, good night. Walked off stage.
And that's awesome.
And then I went online the next day randomly on Facebook. There was a post like looking for comedians to open up my club in NoHo. It was like a this random comedy night. I hit him up, like, yo, I'm a comedian. He was like, bet, just books me off me just telling him that.
Off rip.
Didn't ask for no clip, nothing. And I'm like, he's like, you're booked. I'm like, cool. It was 2 weeks till the show.
Yeah.
I hit him up, said, yo, how many minutes am I supposed to do? And he said, you're gonna do 15. He's like, is that enough? I said, yeah, that's enough. That's we gotta remember, bro, I only seen people do an hour. That's all the stuff I was watching on YouTube.
Is that all I get?
I'm thinking, I'm thinking 15 is like, I guess it's what you start with. I didn't know no better. You know what I mean? And so I'm just writing everything that's ever happened to me on paper. And then I invited all my high school friends, all my college friends. We rode down 7 cars deep to North Hollywood from Santa Barbara. Did the show. It went well.
That's good.
And then the comic after me was like, you could tell he's like 35, been doing it for a while. He's like, you get up for the last comic or whatever, because I went first. And my homeboy Calvin was like, it's his first show. It's his first show. He's like, that's not his first show. I'm like, yeah, it's my first show. He didn't believe me. So that's what took in my head, like, maybe I should.
Yeah.
So you started developing your set and the routine, learning the craft. One that was pretty funny was, I heard you say that like having a dad, in the hood is like having a Mercedes.
Yeah. You gotta be humble about that.
What inspired that? What inspired that?
That joke, a lot of my jokes are like I titled my first comedy album Mostly Kidding, right? Because depending on the joke, I could be 80% kidding or 10%, right? That joke is like based like on something really happened to me. My homeboy Levon, he was at my house and he didn't have, he lived with his grandparents, right? He didn't really know his dad like that. And so I used to always kick it at his house because if I bring people to my house, they'll make fun of my parents at school, right? How they talk. Yeah. And so I rarely brought people to the crib. And he had the video games and a basketball court in the back, so I was chill with him. And I wouldn't bring up stories about my dad because I didn't really have, it just never came up naturally, if that makes sense. It was just video games and basketball. That was a relationship. Then one day he came to the crib and we was chilling downstairs. And my dad walks down, the slow Nigerian walk.
Yeah, of course.
Like my dad. He can't see him yet, but he can tell it's a man. He's like, who's that? I'm like, that's my dad. And the look in his face, he was like, oh.
You got one?
Like he didn't realize, and I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't
like having a new action figure.
Yeah, he just says, so the joke came from that, like thinking about that experience. Yeah. So that's where the joke comes from, like that moment. I just remember that moment was like stamped in my brain.
I remember my friend Rick. I was a comic book collector. My boy, this is the first time I've seen anybody with prosthetic legs. I went to school with a white dude, prosthetic legs.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But his mother owned a comic book store. And and I remember we were in there reading comic books and his mother's sitting at the desk. He goes, Gail. I go, who's Gail? He goes, that's my mother. I go, you know her name? You know your mother, you called your mother by her first name?
Right.
He's like, what do you call your mother? Mommy.
Mom. Yeah.
Mommy.
Yeah.
Mother.
That's it.
You called your mother by her first. That's the first time I saw that white family dynamic where they call their parents by their first name. I said, I'm Godfrey Jr. and I don't know my father's name.
Yeah. That would have been.
You just got
That's hilarious.
It just hit him.
Wait, what?
That's comedy.
No,
when we did like
yeah.
when you say you might just hit him. That's the art of comedy.
Yeah.
Like when you say your father's like having a Mercedes, I'm already knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the art form.
Yeah.
Where you go, damn.
But and it's the way you internalize your whole world, because I mean that is, to me, was impressive, because like for me, I guess I must have been like slow or something, because I didn't realize really until like maybe college that a lot of my friends that I grew up with didn't grow up with their fathers in the household. I didn't realize going to school, and like, so it never even dawned on me. Like, you'd be talking about mom and dad. I didn't even I didn't get that. And especially when I look back and I'm just start going, and you start checking off and you're going, oh shoot, like it was something. So when you said that, I think that's why that joke kind of like really hit. I'm like, dang, like how many people might have seen that, like where I grew up, where, you know, you like, oh man, you got your mom and your dad. Like, but it was never like nobody celebrated.
There was a mixture of it, because I had a lot of friends that had their fathers.
Of course.
There was a lot, and then there's a couple guys that didn't have, but I knew white dudes that didn't have their fathers, they were like, I don't know my dad. I was like, there's plenty of them.
Yeah.
But it was always that we were the poster child. Black people don't have fathers.
Right.
Yeah.
But in statistics, 83% black fathers take care of their kids the most out of all fathers.
Yeah.
But America, you know, with propaganda, they you know, they always gotta make us look bad.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, but black dads take care, and all my friends that are dads that are black, they all take care of their kids. My friends I graduated with, they've been married 15, 20, they all take care of their kids. Oh, my son, I gotta go get my daughter. I'm used to black dudes that are there. And I know black dudes that didn't have a dad, because I'm not gonna be like that. I'm gonna be there for my kids. So I have a lot of resilient friends. It's like I have more friends that have dads that don't, you know what I mean?
Even the ones that don't necessarily might not even have children, or they might have children. They're still father figures to a lot of other.
No doubt.
And you know what? The one thing I love about, like, and we grew up in the same community, like the one thing I do love about that is that even for those who didn't have the fathers, to your point, like they always looked out. Like the neighborhood always looked out for you.
Yeah.
Whether it was
a village.
It was a village. And even some of the hardcore, like I know I was like, you know, I had my father and my mother growing up, but even some of the homies on the block that was gang banging, they would look out. They would look out for you. No, you see that one? No, you don't. Y'all don't mess with that
man.
one.
Don't be like me, man. Y'all be going to school, man. I remember this dude named Flash, Disciple. You know, you guys have the Crips and the Blood and the Hoover, the
you guys have
Rolling Sixties.
The Marvel characters.
We had Disciples. I wish it would be a great comic book. The West Coast gang, we'd be like this, coming at each other, different colors,
holding bandanas.
Or be like Beat It. I remember this guy named Flash, Disciple, big muscular dude. I remember, man, he was one of those dudes. His name was Flash. You go, I'm not gonna ask why. You know, something happened. I knew he does stuff really fast.
He's like, he just loves photography.
He goes, you didn't know anything photography.
I take a lot of pictures.
I got a Canon, bro. But I remember we were doing something stupid. And he was like this. He said, man, what the y'all doing, man? Nah, man, don't do that stupid, man. I know your dad and your father, man. You from a good family, man. Don't be doing that dumb. They would teach you like, to go, man, you too smart for that, man. Get the out the street, you know, because they'd be like, man, get the I said, all right. I just wanted to participate in a little bit of edgy things. Jesus, before the light comes on, I just want to see what it's like to be a little grimy. Get your butt beat. Get your dumb ass out of here. I remember, all the parents in that neighborhood. This is up north side of Chicago. It's called Uptown, the most integrated area of Chicago. And all my friends were all immigrants. Everybody's immigrants. So, you know, the Ayalas, Carlos, my boy Carlos, his father, Carlos, he'd make sure everybody communicated with each other's
United
parents.
Nations.
Pretty much.
No, same, me too.
I mean, Korean, Filipino, Cambodian,
Carson is super diverse. Carson area.
That is true.
We had
huge Filipino area, Samoans, Hispanics, of course.
So we had it all, man. That's why when we would go and leave that area and head up to a white neighborhood, that's where the racism started. It was like, damn, you know, that's where that was the culture shock. I don't like calling it culture shock because it's non-culture shock. I would say white people don't got no culture. I said I always thought their culture was just hating people. That's all I thought. Because that's all you would hear was, I'm like, word? And this is Chicago where people are wanting you not in their neighborhood, but they're wearing Jordan jerseys. Get the fuck over neighborhood. I go, but you're wearing Jordan. It's hard to say that when you're running. Michael Jordan. But you're wearing. And it was big hypocrites. Or Walter Payton, Michael Jordan. They had all the black people on, but they would like, they could compartmentalize different kind of black people. Yeah. There were TV blacks, there were sports blacks, and then there were neighborhood blacks. Yeah. So they didn't like that because they're in proximity. Hey, get out of here. But they're wearing, I said, but you got a Walter Payton 34 on. Oh yeah, this is the kind of that we were dealing with. But that's the stuff you take to the stage. Yeah. You take that to the stage. Yeah, you take all of that to the stage. Everything, college experience to the stage. And when did you know? So you've been, what year would this be for your comedy career?
When I started?
What year are you in? 10, 12, 15, 16,
what year is it? 2020? It's 2025?
Yeah. We just go by gigs. We don't go by years.
Probably like for my 15th year.
15, so
15 years. You've been doing it for a minute.
10 year is where you go, I get it.
Yeah.
10 years.
You really know who you are on stage, I would say.
This is my voice.
Yeah.
I love how you guys, comedians, like you guys are aliens. Like, I love how you guys, but I do love how comedians take everything they've experienced and put it into this funny, relatable thing. Like, I think about, like, we were talking about dads.
Yeah.
Like, my dad was notoriously cheap. And I didn't really get it until, later in life that he wasn't really cheap. My dad was just super resourceful. Like, I remember, I don't know if you guys remember this, they used to sell detergent in like the 5-gallon.
Yes. And you scoop it.
Yeah, you scoop it in a 5-gallon.
Of course.
Before they start making them in these little boxes.
Yeah.
And when we would complete the detergent, my dad would take that entire 5-gallon and we would have to fill up the 5-gallon, mix it with a combination of hot and cold to get the warmth. And that 5-gallon of water is what we had to use with a bowl, just a random bowl from the kitchen. And that's what we'd have to use to take a shower. Like that was
Instead of using a shower water?
Yes, well, we had running water, but my dad would like literally like after practice, I'd be like, turn off the water. Dad, I just got in here. Like
the water ran too long.
Oh yeah. I mean, you 1 minute running that water for one. You know how you gotta,
of course.
You kind of just melt in the water for a second, and you're just kind of like, okay,
yo, big ass though.
I used to lather up by the sink first.
Oh man,
I just go in and rinse.
You just go dry?
No, I'll lather up first.
Dry scrub.
Yeah.
Was your dad cheap?
He was.
What did he do?
It was cheap from my perspective, but from his perspective, it was just being like super, fiscally responsible.
You got
mind you, he had 5 kids.
Yeah. You have 5 kids?
He's coming from, Nigeria, right? Yeah. He's sending money back.
Yeah, right.
So it's not just taking care of us, it's taking care of siblings, cousins.
Tell the stories because the way they are resourceful, right? Like the way they're resourceful, I think is a lot different than a lot of people experience here in the state. Like my dad could take a hanger and make it into something totally different. Yeah. Like, well, we could have just bought, you know what I mean? He was just resourceful. Did you find things that were funny where you go, man, like only my dad would be resourceful this way or fiscally responsible this way?
I mean, it was just a bunch of like just random things. Like I know, like I remember one time I had we usually had 1 pair of shoes for the whole school year, right?
Hey, we you did too?
Yeah. So we always get like these black.
Did your feet coming to the front? Were they starting to poke through the front?
Yeah. So we'll get like these black. They look like referee shoes because they was shiny enough for church, but athletic enough for like basketball practice, right? So we used to get these these shiny looking black shoes.
You had all-purpose shoes.
And then I remember one time I got a hole in one because I was playing too much outside,
Yeah, of course.
I had a hole, and I told my dad like, yo, I could get like my next pair of shoes early. And he was like, oh, don't worry, I know what to do. And instead he just comes back with a pair of black socks. He's like, here. He's like, they won't be able to see the hole. Just
your friends will see the hole. They'll be like, I know you ain't talking with that sock over your shoe.
Did you? What about your pops?
Because you're growing, they'd be like, oh, I have to buy another one, another shoe. I said, yeah, well, because when you played hard. You did a lot of this, that. I played baseball, football, the whole 9. But they were pretty good with getting sneakers for us. But I had this joke about, I said how immigrants will always compare their poverty to yours. It's like, oh, you're complaining about shoes. When I was your age, we didn't have feet. Understand? What?
Yeah.
We didn't have, well, I crawled to school. No feet. You kids are lucky you have feet. Yeah. But yeah, my parents were pretty good, but they were very economic. It was just, it made sense because you got kids.
Well,
sure, paying the rent.
Big family, right?
Big family. Oh yeah,
I'm 7.
No, I'm only 3.
Well, you mean
you're bigger than me? You guys are bigger than me.
With my parents or just the kids?
No, just the kids.
Yes, 5 total.
Okay,
So we're 3.
I'm 7.
Yeah.
7.
And I also even read too that your dad used to lie about going to the zoo and saying that you have to be a certain age.
Yeah. No, my dad one time.
That's amazing.
When I asked to go to the zoo, he told me you have to be 18. He was just lie about like.
You gotta be 18 to go to the zoo.
I heard
That's hilarious.
I heard about like Magic Mountain from my friends. I'm like, yo, Dad, you think we can go to Magic Mountain? He's like, what is this Magic Mountain you speak of?
Yeah.
He pretended like it was like a mystical place that didn't exist. He's like, what's good? Look at the map. Show me, where's Magic Mountain? I see Mount Everest. I don't see no Magic Mountain. He's like, come,
Nigerians are hilarious.
I'm looking up like,
Nigerians.
I don't know what they talk about. I don't know.
Your dad bought out the Thomas Guide.
He's like,
it was like, here,
check the whole globe. Show me.
Here's the San Bernardino Mountains. I don't see it.
Like, well, can we go to the Rockies? Yeah.
We're just, it's all, that's why a lot of us are just, it's logic. We're all about logic. Like, why? Why would you?
Yeah. Don't you? Didn't I get you a basketball 2 years ago?
Yeah. What do
you want?
It's always logic. Like, why? Use your common sense. Like,
when was the first time you went to the motherland? Like, first time you went to Africa?
First time, I don't remember. I was 2.
Dang.
Yeah. It was like a quick trip. There for like a few weeks. And then the second time was 11.
You was 11.
And then the third time I was 21. So 11 was really cool because I remember those memories. Got to see my grandmas. And then we got to go to the village, go to the city a little bit, see like cousins. So that was dope. Then I was 21. That was really cool too because it was like, it just felt like really different. You get to see it as like through adult eyes.
Yeah, that's wild.
Because sometimes, you walk around and, sometimes I feel like in America, like you're black first. Right, when you walk in the door, you're not Chinedu, you're not Godfrey.
Right, nope.
But in Nigeria, it's like in like Jamaica, you're just you.
That's
first.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so it's this lightness a little bit.
That was an interesting perspective.
Yeah.
When I was in Nigeria last year, oh my God, did I have fun? Lord have mercy. But I went as a kid. Well, no, I was like 12, 13. And we stayed with my uncle who was mad famous. My uncle Sonny Okosun, he's a singer, so we stayed at his compound.
Yeah, compound, yeah.
So, and everybody's in the compound.
Yeah.
And so we stayed there, so everybody's like, what? Your Uncle Sonny Okosun. Yeah. So I have a famous uncle. I'm not doing comedy then. I'm like, oh man, Sonny really is? He's really famous.
Yeah.
And so then when I got back, years later, I come back as me, the comedian, on social media. Man, everywhere I went, police officer, sir, can I take a picture? I see your videos.
Yeah.
Hey, every night, every day.
Yeah.
I was with my cousin and it was awesome. Like, because I was I was a nobody. I was just a regular kid, but it was different this time.
Yeah.
Police escorts.
Yeah.
Like that, and of course they asking for money. They'd be like, "This big man, come on,
come."
What was the show? What was the show?
Come.
Give me something.
The other side. Why don't you? They get in real tight. Like, why don't
And you know how you take how you stop them from getting money?
Yeah.
When they go, "Hey, big man," don't go, "Hey, what's up?" You got to go, "No, you are the man."
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
Because you put that on
my
there, right?
You have to go, no, that's you.
You asked them first.
Yeah.
11/21. What was your shock or aha, dang, this is really, for me, it was immediately when I walked into my grandmother's house and I saw the barrels of water, it immediately took me back to my dad banging on the door. And I'm going, this is why. Yeah. So it was really revelation. It told an entire story without me even having to ask him. I'm going, or when my dad would say, especially in the 80s and 90s, growing up in Crenshaw, it was a different experience. And my dad's like, well, you guys don't know nothing. This is Beverly Hills. And I'm like, this is not Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And then when I went back home,
you saw it is Beverly Hills.
And I'm going, my dad made it. You know what I mean? He's, going to live in the American, his life experience in America is totally different than the life that he had.
Were you in the village? Did you go to a village?
Do
you know the name of the village?
Ebutameta. So he lived in the city, but it was
I went to mine was Abba. It was went to the village. I was
Abba?
Abba.
Same.
Erom Diziogo. That's Imo State. So I went.
Yeah, my parents too.
Yeah, I was like, yo, they wasn't bullshit. And I was like, yo, poverty. And you go, okay. this is like real poverty, like for real. You come from like straight nothing. But you still have a strong sense of pride. But you go, oh, they was living in this. My father showed us. There was just 4 or 5 brothers, sisters. I was like, damn. I go, man, I'm shutting the hell up.
And then even the running electricity, like, having running electricity and seeing like it was hot. It was like 140 degrees when we went in like June. Oof. And I'm like, and I walk into my grandma's house and the fan is rolling and it's running. And then it just stopped. I'm like, oh, Dad, like that somebody turned off the fan. It didn't look like it had a remote control, but it kept operating like it had a remote control. And my dad would say, oh no, the electricity is not consistent. Right. It can be up for an hour, down for 5 hours, And
I think
so all these
we
different
could use
things.
that these days,
Yeah, so what was your, like at 11 and 21, like how did it change you?
It was, I was already kind of like a kid that just was like hyper aware and like, just super empathetic with like other people's experiences. So even in LA, my situation was a lot easier than like friends that I had, et cetera. And I knew myself, like as a young age, my dad fought in like the Biafra War. And so he would like speak about it, et cetera, things of that nature. And so when I got to Nigeria, it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was eye-opening. It was just more confirmation, right? Just like seeing it in real time. But it was dope, man. It was cool to see how my mom and dad grew up and how far they came from that and how so proud they are from being there. My dad built a house in the village and he goes back to this day, like 2-3 months out the year just to like be there. Yeah. Because it's still home no matter what. Like people are happy no matter their situation. Yeah. People are grateful. And so it does make you like super grounded, I would say. But yeah, that was like the biggest takeaways for me, was just like, it was just more about confirmation of like the things my parents always told me.
For me, the moment that I was going, wow, this was different than anything I'd ever seen, because not everyone came over to America, obviously. And so I met uncles and aunts, but this is the first time that I actually, don't laugh at me and judge me, because it was later, but this is the first time I really had the sense of real uncles and real, because before it was like, oh, this is your uncle, this is your auntie.
They just called.
Everybody was an uncle.
Yeah, it was older.
No, this is, my dad was like, no, this is my brother.
This is your cousin.
Like,
this is your cousin.
That's your real brother. That's the real.
And so I'm meeting all this, and it was just overwhelmed with the love, the joy.
You seen people like I was seeing little kids that like look like me, like, yo, this kid look just like
me too.
And they're like this.
He's like, Chinedu, come. Me, look, it has your face.
There's a dude that's just looking at you going,
It was crazy. That's one thing. I remember being exhausted. Like I'm thinking, like, oh my goodness, I have so many cousins. I have so many, like even my uncle. I was like, oh, I think this is what I'm going to look like when I'm older. Like,
no doubt.
You could see.
See it in there. And it's just the connection that you have. Man, America make you feel like you ain't though. Sometimes America can do that. It's so American centric that if you're and it's weird because it's the white gaze, I have to say, because it's like you want to be more like them, sort of. But it's like, but they were immigrants too. Like Europeans were immigrants. All these white people, they were first immigrants. Let's keep it 100. So it's like you realize, God damn, look what I'm connected to. When I got to college, I was pro-black, and you see all these. We had little black like groups. Reading about black history,
the BSUs, the B pros,
and then and everybody's connecting to Africa, and I go, I'm already there. And I go, and they made me feel bad about this. And I'm like, and they would be like, Brother Godfrey, man, you lucky, man. You got connect, you can go right, you got, where where you from. When you get older, you're like, you damn right I know where I'm from. And I remember this one. This was at the Cotton Club, Bernie Mac's night. I was on stage. And it was Black Night Ghetto. This is Bernie Mac and the Bulls. Bulls. This is when the Bulls used to come. Jordan would be there because Jordan and Bernie were like, Jordan, Juanita, Jordan,
Pippen, they wore the same hats.
They were all in the room. And, it's like pimps on one side. The Bulls there was Chicago. Yeah. And I remember this dude. I would always go on stage on purpose, going real. I go, hey guys, how are you? I would always do that because everybody was like, what's up, man? What's up, man? The ghetto like, what's up? I always go, hi guys, how are you? On purpose.
Just to break the
ice. And they'd be like, man, you sound like a white dude. I go, excuse me, sir, I'm the blackest dude in here. I said, if I say Jackson, all of you motherfuckers will turn around. I said, I'm Dan Chima, the only one in this that leveled the place. He said, don't ever talk to me like that again. Wow. It was almost some Denzel. Okay, we're gonna be quiet. Okay. Who else wants to heckle me, huh? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me? You think you're going, I'm blacker than you, huh? Oh yeah, but that was, I went in. Yeah. I was, but I had to use that arsenal. Yeah, I was like,
that was like kind of dope about college versus like high school. I feel like in high school, like oftentimes, like my black friends would be, they'll kind of fall into that trap of like not being proud of being connected to Africa. You know what I mean? I always tell them, like, if Africa was in a position, like a financial position, as like some European countries, you'd be a lot more proud.
No doubt.
Because you don't understand the history of how things are, right? Yeah. But in college, I was, a lot of my black friends, I was born in the States, they were like trying to be connected to Africa. So I love that switch that happened. Even like now when people do their 23andMe, they're like, oh, I want to do my 23andMe. Like, oh, yo, Chin.
I love it.
But I'm 20% Nigerian.
They get their results.
I hype them up. I'm like, yeah, man, you are, bro. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell them, like, even like Nigerians, like, we didn't draw those lines. We didn't carve out our country. White people did that. Yeah. And so like, if you don't even know what country you're from, claim all of it, bro.
Word.
You know what I mean? Because
I absolutely love that, and I love that for all the heat that 23andMe is getting for all the selling data. That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation.
Elon has it. Elon has it all.
But
Elon's like this. I really feel. But all the data that I have. I'm gonna start putting it in my robots. I'm gonna make a Nigerian robot.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, come on. Hey, world.
Anyway. How cool would that be, right? A fucking Obi robot.
Obi robot?
Yeah. You make jollof.
I want and a goosey robot. Yeah. It's nothing.
That's going to be the name of the software, Goosey.
Yeah. Everything that I'm doing is wonderful.
Goosey software.
Just trying to push the society forward.
That part, like, for you said what?
No, he's short.
That's what Elon. He's loading.
That's the short circuit. That's the short circuit when he was out.
Self-charge.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm back.
He does the best Elon, man. I can't even see Elon without seeing Godfrey now.
I just see Trump going, 23andMe, it's such a great thing. I love it so much. I'm 15% Nigerian. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
How about that? I'm Nigerian.
That's where the long hair comes from.
I knew I had some black in me. I knew it, but it was very, very unique.
People think I'm tanning. I'm not tanning. I'm 15%.
This orange is very natural. It's very natural.
It's from the sun, Nigerian sun.
But you are right, though, that it has connected, though, for all the other stuff that it's created, it has connected us in a way that there was the disconnect where I am Leo, my mom from Louisiana, like, whoa, but before then, you know what I mean? And it's this cool connection, but I also think too, like, even with the first time for me going back home, going to Lagos, and I just remember we were staying at Echo Hotel, and I remember stepping out to the beach, and I'm going, I had never seen pictures like this. It was always
they couldn't show you
the most destitute.
Yeah,
it was always
that's
the most
purposely done.
I mean, I said the hotel was amazing.
Yeah,
the beach was amazing. I was just like, I actually prefer the shade of brown on the beaches of Nigeria because it was like
they don't want you to go and tour there because they don't want you to see all the theft that's going on. You know what I mean?
And then another thing too is, when I was there and making videos from Nigeria, I was making mad videos. I was in the market. I was just sending out video. Everybody was laughing. I was doing stuff with the hotel people, doing little sketches with them.
Yeah.
And they were like, man, you look so happy. You were a pretty happy dude. They go, you look super happy. I go, and I was real honest because even when I came back from Nigeria, I went on stage. I said, I want to show you, man, I was really happy. And this is mainly why I said, because you guys weren't around.
Wow.
They were laughing. I go, I'm not trying to be mean. I love y'all. But you weren't around. You know why? And they got what I said. I said, because I wasn't thinking, oh, am I going to be looked at some kind of way?
Right.
Do I belong here? Then you're not going to do a double take. Because sometimes some white folks will double take you. You just walk into a restaurant. They go, yeah, we eat croissants. What the big deal? No, I'm saying, but it was like everybody was black. The police were black. Right. The police were black. It was just, I didn't feel, and there were some whites there, but they weren't like a significant thing. There wasn't the racial tension thing. I was just waking up just not tense at all. And I was like, oh, because I'm in, and that is the reason why they're trying to take over you know, and it's a shame, like you see like South Africa, you see something like South Africa where there is white tension there. In South Africa.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a town called Orania. You heard of Orania? Where it's an all-white town. They don't allow black people in Africa.
Yeah.
What the is that?
Yeah.
Oh, I make videos on that.
No.
But I'm just saying that I go, and then when they tell you, go back to Africa, I go, I went and you were there.
Yeah.
He said, go back.
You were there.
You beat me.
Yeah.
You told me to go back to Africa,
Right.
and you were there in the lobby.
Right.
What the, you know, so yeah, there's that dynamic too, so.
Mom, your mom was a social worker,
Yeah.
and you said she used to whoop the heck out of y'all.
Yeah, not like, you know, beyond,
And who was you gonna report her to?
beyond legal means.
They used to say, call the police. Call them.
Call them out here. Let me call them for you. It was my mom and dad were both social workers. My mom was a like more disciplinary person. My dad was like very similar people, super chill, you know. My mom was just like, she just came in like on high energy all the time. We used to like watch TV with like vacuums in our hand. The house is already clean.
So just
We hear the door open, and we just
the door would open.
Yeah, it was traumatic.
Parents, because
Because there's an expectation. There was an expectation
to be doing something.
Yeah,
You had to be doing something.
Check to see if anything was out of place.
Yeah.
Mom's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to leave. I learned early, like when it was my turn to clean the bathrooms. I learned early, like don't clean in my best. Leave a little dirt, because she's gonna complain no matter what. So I would leave something dirty so she could have something. It's almost like pitching a show to an executive. You know what I mean? You gotta leave something where they could add some.
What?
Because if it was spotless, she'll be complaining about like a scratch. I'm like, yo, this is not dirt. That's a scratch. I can't get that off. You know, and then you'll just
So
be in there for
you give her. It was like a Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
Like keep this dirty. She'll focus on this.
What is this? I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And now I'm cool. And now
And
I'm
then
done.
you're good.
Yeah. Then I'm
Rather
good.
than her picking up.
She would complain.
I used to be.
Where would your father be? Would he be around? Would he be like?
He'd be downstairs.
Because my father would be like, "Don't leave your shoes there. Your mother would just."
Yeah.
My
Gives the heads
father,
up.
he's strategic. He was like, "I'm leaving the house. Your mother would be. I'm going to drive.
Your mom is coming back early, so you guys
he don't
bedtime.
like when she first walks in the house.
Yeah.
He'd be out. My father goes, "I will be back."
Yeah. The only thing that would save us was Laker games. It was like that was the one time my mom would kind of leave us alone.
She
She would kinda, like, be
really?
a little bit
Laker
like,
game.
That was one time my dad would stick up for her. Like, let them finish the game. You know, and then
During the Showtime era.
You hope it's double overtime too.
Hold on, but so you
Kobe
grew
is
up in
playing.
you grew up in the like you were.
Yeah, 90s. Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't grow up during the Showtime?
No,
era. You
Kobe
grew up
Shaq. Kobe Shaq. Yeah.
No, well, before Kobe Shaq, then you had the Sedell
Magic.
Three. You had
Magic Johnson?
the Nick Van Exel.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Van
Nick,
Exel.
Eddie
so you
Jones.
went through that
Yeah,
bad period.
Rick Fox.
Eldon Campbell.
Rick
Yeah.
Fox.
I hated Eldon Campbell, man.
No,
Eldon-
He
you didn't
was so
like-
bad,
Yeah,
bro.
Nick.
And he had like a stupid look on his face. He make a mistake. He'd be like, I'm like, bro. He used to kill me. I hate
Van
it.
Exel was pretty
Shout out to
dope.
Campbell.
But that was the dark period.
that was the dark period.
It wasn't that
Came out
dark.
of-
We weren't horrible.
No, we came out of the Showtime era.
After
Van Exel was fun to watch, though. That's what it was. He was fun to watch. Van
Yeah,
Exel?
Van Exel was exciting.
Yeah.
but
Just
we
like
didn't-
Van Exel.
We didn't win. We didn't win for like a decade. Like
That's true. Until we got Shaq.
A decade,
Yeah.
until we got Shaq and then Kobe and
Yeah.
So
Those are shifts.
siblings. So you had you guys. You know, you said there was 4 of you guys. Did you guys do a lot of fighting? Was there a lot of fighting in the house? A little wrestling.
A little bit. It was more like my big brother. I should call him like Psycho Ike, because he just had he had a shorter temper than all of us. You know?
Ike.
That was one dude you just can't joke with him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Your jokes. Now you want to joke.
Yeah.
Joking.
He'll joke with you. You throw a joke at him. He's like, "Yo, bitch, can beat my ass though." Like, how did we get here? I'm like, you started it, bro. And so, me and my little brother, we're like, we're best friends to this day. We used to like fight a lot, but not like, just little brother stuff, And we'll do like wrestling moves on each other. My big sister, the middle one, she was like a bully, and she used to like pick on us a lot. I remember one day, I think we were like in middle school, and she just like came to like mess with us for no reason. And then my little brother's like, "Man, get off me!" And like she tripped and she hit her nose and she started bleeding. And then she was like, "Oh my God!" She left like crying, and then we looked at her, we was like, "Yeah, well,
It's on now.
yeah,
It's on now.
strength, yeah, we get our man strength, yeah."
Which sibling came to see you do comedy? Did anybody come to see you do comedy first? Which one?
Probably my little brother for sure.
Because my sister saw me by accident. Because I didn't
word.
tell anybody for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want no charity laugh.
Right,
I
right,
want
right.
to earn my.
Not facts.
And so my dumb sister, I was in the hallway like this when I was solo. So I'm like, yeah, I'm about to do this myself, right? And then my sister is going to the bathroom in this hallway. She goes, "What the hell are you doing here?"
Yeah.
I said, "What the f are you doing here?"
Yeah.
"I'm here to do comedy with my friends. We come to this comedy." I said, she goes, "You're doing comedy?" Ooh. I said, "Don't tell Dad anything." She goes, "I'm telling you, better be funny. If you bomb,
You better be funny.
tell Dad."
Yeah.
So she eventually opened her mouth, told my dad, and my dad comes down that slow walk.
Well, yeah, that's
Godfrey. I was like, "Yes." I didn't think he knew. He goes, "So what is this comedy program?"
Yeah, program. Yeah. What is this that
I said,
voyage?
I said, "I want to do comedy, you know." And he goes, "Okay, but finish your study." I said, "Yeah, no, I'm finished."
Yeah.
"Okay, just it's for a hobby. It's just,
Yeah.
but psychology. You say you want to be psychiatry, da da da." I said, "Yeah." I was like, I mean, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got my degree in psychology, but I was like, once I started to do it, and my father saw that I could move out because I had hit a McDonald's commercial.
Yeah.
I booked a McDonald's commercial.
Yeah.
And that was when commercials were paying you.
Paying.
And I was like, yo. And then I got in my own apartment because my father was like, "It's the time you need to get out the house."
Yeah.
He said, "You should start to look." And then when I got this McDonald's commercial, I was like, "Oh, I can move out." And he goes, "Oh, this comedy thing, it's okay."
For biting a burger.
Yeah.
Hey, burger chief.
And then eventually I moved to New York City, and then I started getting some here and there. And then, comedy, and then my father said, "I seen you on the car." And that's when I was doing jokes about my father.
Yeah.
Because my famous joke is the Mufasa one. I think you know that one.
Yeah.
Where I go, anytime people call my parents' house, my father picks up the phone, they think they're talking to the Lion King, right? I say, "Can I speak Godfrey?" "Godfrey's not here." They'd be like, "Mufasa?" Oh, it would explode. I did it on Comic View. And then my father was like, "Hey, everybody is calling me." He's like, "I like to see, if you're a doctor, they wouldn't know me."
Yeah.
It was all about him.
all about them.
And then he would compare me to, when he saw Chris Rock.
Yeah.
He was watching Chris Rock. Remember Chris Rock did those different countries and he was changing up. It was the same jokes, but in different countries. You ever seen that one? Don't Kill the Messenger?
Yeah.
He's like, he says, "Yeah, I saw this Chris Rock. Yeah, it's very funny." I say, "Motherfucker, I asked you to watch my
Yeah.
and you didn't see a motherfucker." He loved Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
But he loved Eddie Murphy. He loved Bill Cosby. He said, "They make so much money." I said, "Yeah, that's this thing. They're all comedians.
Yeah.
Cosby's not Dr. Huxtable.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
acting.
He's just acting."
Yeah.
So eventually, when he saw that it was making a
When he
living,
saw success.
boom.
Yeah, that's all I say. Like, my parents were like, not my dad per se, he was cool from the jump. But my mom for sure was like, she's like, they're like almost like a bandwagon fan in some cases.
Of
I would
course.
like, in a funny way, like punish my mom. I'll never tell her anything I book. She always had to find out from like
That's right.
a random auntie or something.
That's right.
She's like, "Why didn't you tell me you was in the Abbott Elementary?" I'm like, "Well, you don't want me to do it."
Well, hold on, I'm sorry. Hold on. Why didn't you tell me you were in what?
About Elementary. She never get nothing right. About Elementary.
Right. Abbott Elementary.
About Elementary. She always, you never get nothing right.
Right.
Let's go to Fila Chica, Chick-fil-A.
It's always the comedy. Like the comedy is like sometimes I think they do it on purpose. Like it's like I'm gonna mispronounce this just to get their reaction.
They want to, They try to picture English everything.
You were basketball. You were a hooper.
Yeah.
You had this dream
in high school.
You're 6'3", right? Or so was that your basketball height or your real height?
That's my real height, 6'3".
When you got your
You sure you're not
sneakers on,
6'2"?
Nah, 6'2" is a good height. Why do I lie
No,
about
you're
that?
6'3". You're 6'6".
So, yeah, I'm 6'6".
Yeah, 6'6".
Maybe that's my basketball height.
Yeah, I think it's probably 6'5".
Easy.
Were you a dunker? Were you a nasty dunker? Like, were you like?
It took me to 11th grade to dunk.
Damn.
Were you
I was
like
a slow
nasty
dunker.
with it though? Were
I
you
was
like
nasty.
like a regular bull?
No. I was
Were
a
you
power,
like,
I was a power dunker. Everything was just about power. You know what I mean?
You
It
were
was
just
just
like,
go.
Yeah. And I needed to dunk in the first quarter. If it didn't happen there, it wasn't gonna happen.
Really?
That's where all my energy.
Were you
is.
alley-oop guy? Were you?
Yeah. That's easier to catch an alley-oop than
right.
it is to like go up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was that basketball experience for? Like, how'd you get into basketball?
Yeah.
So I know you would sit there with pops watching the Lakers game. That was your night off, right?
Yeah.
Like you didn't have to do anything. What drove the basketball?
For basketball, it was just what all my friends were playing. My older siblings played too. My sister, she used to play for Oregon Ducks. My older brother, they all played at St. Bernard in high school. Yeah. And so I just grew up going to their games. I fell in love with the game. So I just played a lot. Then I was playing out of position though, because like Norbon we had small players. in terms of
very
like,
small players.
Yeah, I was like one of the tallest players on my team. So naturally, I'm more of like a guard, but I'm sacrificing and playing like a forward center. And I realized that this is a time to be selfish. You know what I mean? Then I went to college. I was thinking about walking on, started playing intramurals, got into other stuff. I was like, I'm good. My big brother's teammate, Chrisman, he walked on at UCSB, but they didn't put him on scholarship till his last year. And he was like 4 years ahead of me. And so in my head, I was like, man, I ain't about to be busting my ass and then you only gonna pay for 1 year of my school, you know? So I was like, I'm good. I played for the women's team. I was a practice player for a couple.
You played for the women's team?
For 1
Wait,
year,
hold on. How did that work?
That's crazy. You a scrub.
Practice player.
But you're practicing for the women.
They asked me to do it. They saw me. They're like, yo.
So what did you were like the meat squad? What the?
No, you help them
They needed a
practice.
look. They needed a look.
It was fun playing on the actual court. And so you just hooping at practice with the girls.
Yeah, right. So
you
you were
defense.
so because if they could stop you, if they could guard you, they
exactly. I'm like similar
that's so
competition or
weird
better of what they're going to see.
Yeah.
And but that's fucked up because you with the dudes you whack. But
No.
then with the girls, you
Dudes, I never tried.
No, you're like this.
I'll play against them
He's
too.
like
Yeah.
Did you dunk on them?
Nah, man, not.
You should have smashed.
That wasn't allowed. That
This is
wasn't
what you
allowed.
never gonna see in your league.
Jump off their backs.
So you go from basketball to comedy, and at some point you got it to teaching as well. Like how did that happen?
Education was it was something I was like open about, like open to do. I was just like walking in a quad in college, and there was this program called Teach for America, and it was trying to recruit people. I was kind of like going back and forth for what I wanted to do, 'cause I kind of started stand-up already. And so I was like, oh, I could teach, teaching's done by 3. I could take a nap and do comedy at night. That was my thought process.
Gotcha.
And they have like this application where it says, choose what's most important to you, what you teach, where you teach, or what grade you teach. And for me, it was just where. I said, as long as I'm in New York, Chicago, or LA, I'll teach, because I could do stand-up in those cities. Yeah. So and then they had a box that check this box if you're not willing to check, or you're not willing to teach special education. Like, man, I can't check that box. Who's out here checking this box? Everybody's checking that box apparently, because they put me in SPED, but they put me in LA. So I was cool, I was happy. And then SPED was a blessing in disguise, because I think you're not there for a long time. You're there the same amount of time, but you're not it's not as exhausting in my opinion.
Oh, word.
It could be like emotionally exhausting. It's tough to see some students that like genuinely want to learn, but like have like significant struggles to learn. Yeah. But as far as like physically exhausting, it's way less, because instead of me dealing with 30 students in my room, I'm only dealing with maybe 7 to 15 tops.
So it's,
you know what I mean? And it's not every single hour either.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you had times, I had some downtime, especially, I was quick with my work. So I had downtime to like write jokes or just work on stuff. And then teaching makes you a better comedian, because you're in front of people.
Yeah.
You realize quickly, I don't need to be on the stage to work on my stand-up. I just need to be in front of people. You know what I mean?
And did you have funny moments with the kids?
Millions. Yeah.
What was one of the funniest
was special? Was this regular kids or
mild to moderate? So a lot of like,
I thought you was teaching.
Because they're like the regular classrooms. You know what I mean? You even have like a lot of comedians who will like be open about being like in a SPED class. Like Mike Epps talks about it.
Mike Epps,
so those like the type of students that I was like working with. Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. That's
how was it teaching kids, about continents, and did you write jokes with the kids, or did you practice some of your material?
No, it really wasn't like necessarily practicing material on them. It was just more about.
What did you teach though?
Math and English.
Math and English.
Yeah, math and English. Yeah. So I wasn't practicing jokes on them. It was just more about like presence, right? If you could teach students algebra, then telling dick jokes at a club is nothing. You know what I mean?
No, how make A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Now if you put your in the booty, that's A is for.
But like,
B
for real,
is
like
for
if
the
you could be
booty.
entertaining, like
And
teaching
C is for
like boring stuff they probably boring, but make it like fun for them.
No, yeah.
It helps with your presence on stage. It's like it's just easier and easier. You know?
We were all talking about like the theft of comedy, and I know this is stuff that I've heard around now. Like you guys spend so much time working on your craft. Have you stolen anyone's joke? Have you ever seen somebody either steal your joke or remake your joke, and you go, wait a second?
I ain't gonna say no names, but I've seen it where I'm like suspicious, because sometimes you'll have comics where they might reach a certain level, they might have writers. You know what I mean? And so it might even be the comedian's fault. It might be the writer's fault. The writer grabbed the bit and just pitched it as their own to the comic. You feel me?
All right.
Yeah.
So me, myself, for sure, that's something like I pride myself on being original. I've no like I no desire to do a joke that's feel like you hear similar things a million times over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just not fun for me at that point, right? I pull from my life. I have a very random brain. And so I'm just like constantly writing things in my phone, voice memos. I'm sure your phone is filled with just
you have voice
so,
memos. No, sure.
Yeah, so it's a thing. It's also weird too because the way the internet works, the internet, the rules is different. It's a lot of copycat stuff.
Well, yeah, everything's out there too. And anybody can just go, oh.
Yeah.
Who's this?
So
but when you say copycat stuff, you talking about like when a trend happens, everybody does the trend kind of thing?
Yeah, well, it's like comedy online. It's not like stand-up comedy, just like comedy online. You see a funny video, then it's kind of socially okay to essentially do the exact same video over.
Yep.
And no one really has an issue. There might be issues, but it's so hard to clock it. It's so hard to tell who did it first too.
Yeah.
There's so many
you got to get timestamps.
Yeah.
But sometimes they can take a joke you do and make a skit out of it.
You should see that too.
You have writers from like it could be SNL, it could be all these sketch writers. They'll hang out in the audience.
Yeah.
And then take your and you'll be like, that's my.
And a lot of writers follow you on Twitter.
They never
like nothing.
I saw that dude sitting in the audience the other day.
Like
they doing my shit. Now to be like, yo, you see SNL yesterday? Go, that's mine.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Yeah.
Okay, but is it like, kind of like an invention? Like if you start thinking like, oh man, it would be cool if you did this, and they say there's no original idea. Is there also the possibility that you could have?
There's definitely original ideas.
There's original ideas, but I think there's original takes. Because subject matters. I mean, you can watch Richard Pryor. He went over everything.
Right.
Family jokes that's been covered. But your take is your take.
Oh, gotcha.
You understand? Your take is your take. Like if I talk about the regular black thing. My father paid the phone, thought it was Mufasa. If somebody does it like that, you stole it from me.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a famous joke. I don't give. You can maybe say a Lion King a different way.
Yeah, like Rafiki?
Yeah, you can do some weird shit like that, but there's people who will go, all right, I ain't gonna do it exactly like that.
Right.
I'm gonna change it up a little bit.
Can you tell?
You can
can
feel,
you tell
hell
when it's a
yeah.
remix? Like if
Hell
somebody
yeah.
You can tell, especially when like usually that comic doesn't even like have kind of like high level jokes in some cases. It's like it just seems so different from their usual stuff.
Yep.
Oh, gotcha.
But there is something to like, what was it called, like dual thinking or something?
There's parallel thinking. There's
that
great
does
minds
happen,
think alike,
for sure.
But usually the mind that thought with you wasn't that great.
Right.
So great minds think alike.
Yes.
Because you know what? Comics that think at high level, like a David Tell, who's a high level thinker, a Burr, what are the guys at a high level? I work around these. We'll even go, hey, do you have a joke that da-da-da-da? Oh,
yeah.
I got this joke, because we respect each other. I respect the game so much. I go, hey, Chin, you got a joke that, I'm just making sure, because I ain't never seen yours. Someone says you have one. I'll discuss it with somebody.
Right.
I have this joke. What's your joke? Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike. Sometimes it happens, because listen, we can be talking about a plant, and most comics will come almost to the same conclusion. Sometimes they go, you ever notice a plant don't move? And we might talk about the plant not just sitting there. How is it a lot? So it's parallel thinking happens.
Right.
But when someone is like, okay, wait, because in your it's part of you, your joke, you go, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Damn, that sounds like the way he's doing it. He or she, you go, I know the way they're doing it. I don't have license on drinking coffee.
Right.
I don't have everybody. Coffee's for everybody. What is your take?
Yeah.
There's Picasso. There's Monet. There's Salvador Dali. Your brushstroke better be different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't stand.
It's a really good point. So, like, when have you been writing for any comedians? Have they like go, hey, you've written for comedians?
Yeah, I wrote for comics before.
And are they original? Because like technically, you could take somebody's.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. Everything I pitch is either like I'm just pitching off the stuff they said, right? It's called like tags.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I might have like an original concept that maybe I myself can't say, because maybe I might be writing for someone like a different gender or someone different, whatever. It's just probably like very specific to them. I might just give them a really great tag that, or like, this is a way you can expand on it that I think would be hilarious. Or maybe it's a structural thing. Like I used to I helped Red Grant on like his Showtime special when I was
Red Grant?
Yeah, when I was super young. And like Red is super funny. It was just more like for him, it was like really about like structure. Like, this is a better way to like order your jokes. So it kind of feels like more sequence versus just like random cuts.
Random. Oh yeah. A lot of comics do that.
You've gone out and you've toured with some pretty big names. Like, what has that touring like? I mean, you've gone out with Marlon Wayans and Yvonne Orji and Arsenio Hall, Kevin Hart. Like, what has that experience been like?
Yeah, well, I never toured with the last two.
Okay.
But
you worked.
I worked with them. Yeah, I worked with them.
You worked with Kevin Hart.
We're familiar with.
So when you did Eddie Murphy, Eddie Murphy. So when you opened up for Eddie Murphy, when you did. When Bill Cosby had you on the thing, what was it like when Red Fox told you? That's what it says on the car.
I wasn't alive.
So when Johnny Carson.
So Kevin Hart,
but I have worked with Kev. Like Kev, I did my special with Heartbeat Productions and et cetera. So we're definitely familiar with each other. You said what it's like working with them on the road?
Yeah, working with Kevin, working with Arsenio, but then also touring with Marlon and Yvonne.
It was dope to see. Like they're workhorses, right? You know how it is. I'll tell my friends, right, like who kind of like in like kind of like the waiting room where like you're really good and you're ready for so much more, but like you're still trying to figure out like how to get things really popping off. I tell them enjoy this time because honestly on the other side of it, it's just way more work. It's just constant work. And so to see like that firsthand and like see the grind that Marlon does and how hard Yvonne works, not just on like comedy and acting, but just like really like the imaging of it, the marketing of it, the putting time into the look and things of that nature, right? It's just really dope to see. It's and you feel like you're right there. You feel close,
So who was your first big person that you opened up and was like, damn?
Like open up or just been like the same lineup?
Like you opened
same lineup.
I say
because it's different.
Opened up is very very different.
Yeah.
Opened up for someone
like they handpicked me
because mine was Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
mine was Jim Carrey.
Great.
My friend, when I first started comedy in Chicago, my friend was at Illinois Institute of Technology. And she was head of the student activities. She goes, Godfrey, you want to open up for Jim Carrey? I said, what did you say?
Yeah.
Because I love Jim Carrey.
Yeah, of course.
Jim Carrey? She goes, yeah, Jim. I picked you. You should. I said, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You just do 10 minutes? I said, that's all I got.
Perfect. Perfect. I'll be off at 9:59.
Yeah, it was me and Harlan Williams. Harlan. Hey, buddy, how you doing, buddy? Yeah. So it was me, Harlan Williams, and Jim Carrey. And I'm in a basement.
Wait, who asked you to do it?
My friend, I can't remember the girl's name, but she was just head of student activities.
Okay, no.
And I knew, and she
in
goes,
college.
Yeah, in college.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah. And I said, good Lord. And I told my brother, I said, you Jim Carrey? I said, yeah, Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
So I go, and his people come up to me, and this is when I learned about like staying in your lane.
Yeah.
The managers come, hey Godfrey, we saw your stuff. It was very funny. We just want to ask, what kind of jokes do you do? Want to make sure nobody's stepping on anybody's toes. Blah blah blah. I said, oh okay. I didn't really get it. I was like, oh okay. And I said, oh I get it. They want to make sure you do, the jokes you do aren't similar to. I said, oh
yeah.
That's why I respected that. I got that.
Yeah.
And then I opened up, did really well. Then it's me and Jim Carrey in the basement just chatting.
Yeah.
I have the picture of that. I was like, Jim Carrey. And then he did Pet Detective and whew, it was over. I said, I was just with this guy.
Yeah.
And
so he's obviously, he's one of the icons. I got to ask you, like your top 3 all-time greatest comedians. Give me that list.
How about 5?
Okay, top 5? Okay, top 5.
Yeah, try.
That's tough. Okay. I gotta go for sure. Dave Chappelle for me.
Right on.
Okay.
Bill Burr. Richard.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor. Yep.
I mean, before this stuff, Cosby.
Yeah, he was bad.
We're just talking talent, right?
Okay, talent. We're talking talent.
Yeah, talent.
No, you're not gonna get canceled.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing.
Ain't nobody coming for you.
Hey, Cosby.
Was that 4 or 5?
I was
4. Richard Pryor was influenced by Cosby. Yeah. Seinfeld influenced by Cosby. Louis C.K. influenced. Cosby's a bad. And my first job was working for Cosby.
Yeah.
The second Cosby show, I was audience coordinator for half a year. So I got to see his genius. And when I tell you,
it's bad man.
Ain't nobody Cosby, because I seen him do set. I had to bring out the cast and to see Cosby like do a scene and stop the scene and go, okay, nah, this is what I want you to do. Ready, action.
Right. Yeah.
Funnier again. Oh, stop. We're going and then I want you to funnier again.
Jello Pudding Pop.
He is cold as
And number 5.
Probably, it's tough, man. Either maybe Damon Wayans.
Damon Senior.
So okay,
Yeah,
he was cold.
So I mean, you're a comedian. I want to know what you learned from Jim Carrey, and then who are your top 5?
Jim Carrey, I learned, and then as you see Jim Carrey from In Living Color, which black people discovered Jim says that black people gave me a chance.
Yeah.
SNL didn't. It was Keenan Ivory Wayans, who's a master genius of creativity, who deserves his flowers forever. Jim Carrey taught me physical intelligence. Jim Carrey's physical, he's like a cartoon. He literally can contort his body in any kind of way. You know, when he played the Joker, when he played Fire Marshal Bill. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
Let me tell you something. Let's just say you
That's a great impression.
Right.
Let me show you something. Tell you something. I taught you more than that. Go ahead.
When he did just Vanilla Ice and all he could just morph into
committed.
And so I learned physical intelligence when it was properly done. You know, he would do certain things at a perfect time. That's another thing I learned because I could do physical. And there was a time my old manager told me, who was one of the smartest men I ever met in my life, and he was like, we would watch prior specials and different specials. He goes, you see, when you do physical comedy, you want to make sure when you do that physicality, it's at the right time, not too much. Because in black comedy clubs, you be like, oh, you do everything, you don't give a you just want to be funny. But as you grow, you do it at you do it at the right time. So that's what Jim Carrey taught me was physical comedy, and because he's so intelligent physically, he does. You go, damn, that's genius. But my top 5, to me, is it's Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Paul Mooney, Fox, and Cosby.
Cosby.
Eddie
doesn't make the list.
Eddie is because Eddie didn't have as many specials, but Eddie is there too.
For sure.
Eddie, I mean,
a lot of it's interchangeable. You ask me 2 weeks from now, it might be a different. You know what I mean?
But people that I watch the most, it's people I watch the most. I watch Paul Mooney because you better understand where the fuck I'm coming from. White folks do not like.
What about Dave Chappelle? Because I find him to be, especially the way he can handle like life experience, but then also to politics. Like he can take stuff that are very controversial, and in some sense too, I feel like he has saved comedy from the cancel culture because
of the whole trans thing.
Well, just the way he's able to articulate and take certain. I find him to be quite intellectual.
I think.
He's very well. His mom is PhD in African American. She was a professor, so he comes from there, and I'm kind of his colleague because I've been around Dave since '97. So there's Dave, but for me, who I watch the most, I go by what I watch the most, and it's always Carlin, Pryor, Fox, Mooney. I'm a big Mooney fan. I mean, Mooney, good Lord. I love watching Mooney. And so the ones that I watch, I consider my favorite. Dave is one of the greatest. I love Burr is one of, and he's going to be one. We're all in that mix. We're all in that mix.
I'm going to blast through some of these too, because I want to make sure we get these out for you. You've done the comedy stuff. We really kind of like dug into that, but like you've also done Abbott Elementary, House Party. Like, what has that been like as far as getting into now the other side, the acting part of that? And what are like do they correlate? Like, how did you get into it?
Yeah, acting was just more of a natural progression as well, because I remember like really loving all the sitcoms, My Wife and Kids, and the Jamie Foxx Show, Fresh Prince, etc. Just like really like identifying, like really vibing with that. So I knew I wanted to get into acting. I didn't know how per se, because when I left college, I was like, well, how do I do this? Because I kind of missed my chance to major in acting. My parents was like not into it.
Oh hell no!
They're like, you what? What?
Right. Science.
Yeah, and so I found some acting classes. Was taking improv, and then got an agent through like this stand-up competition. And then my acting agent kind of like signed me on the spot when we met with them. I started going on auditions. My first audition, I got pinned. I think because I wasn't like in my head. I was just.
Pin means they're holding you.
Yeah, I was just like a normal person. It's like that Robin Williams show.
Oh, Robin Williams.
Yes, but I did it in the booking it, but that was like a wide-eye moment for me. Like, oh, maybe I can actually do this. And so just kind of like started taking it seriously. And it was weird adjustment for a comedian to become an actor because we're used to saying something funny and then hearing the laugh. But in the audition room, you say something funny, and it's just silence because they're allowing you.
You can't break that fourth wall.
Yeah, they can't say nothing. And that was a big, like, because I'd be so excited to say, like, man, I'm trying to break them. And then you know, you don't get that laugh. It's just you miss that. So I had to like really like, all right, I had to like, it was a mental shift, you know. And then I also have to remind myself as a comic, the reason you're here is not necessarily that you're like, you know, this great actor, because you're a really good comedian. So don't lose that as well. They're getting an actor and a writer for free. So if I feel like, you know, adding a little some in the midst of an audition, I should feel
a lot of comedians
okay
we can merge into acting easier. A lot of actors can't be comedians. You got Robin Williams, you got Jeff Pollock, you got Carrie, you got Whoopi Goldberg, you got Michael Keaton was a comedian first.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
So the transition is hard, but how did you land like Insecure?
Just audition process. That one was a self-tape. I was actually on vacation. I was in Mexico.
Damn, look at that.
I told my agent too, like, yo, don't hit me up. Them just get these like 4 days, you know. He was like, hey man, we got another one for Insecure. And I auditioned for Insecure like maybe like 4 times.
I know you was tough.
I was like, all right, you know, it's Insecure, like, all right, I'll do it. So, you know, I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna have hella fun.
Yeah.
And so usually when I book, like my goal is to like, especially if it's a comedy, I just make, if somebody watches this, I just want them to laugh really hard. That's how I booked House Party. House Party.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be for sure given to like some kind of like social media personality. You know what I mean? So when I got it, I didn't really take it too serious. I was just like, I'm gonna be really goofy, whatever. Turned it in. It's like, oh, we love that. Want you to read for a bigger role. I was like, oh, okay, bet. So I like got really loose, sent it in, didn't hear nothing back. I was like, oh well. And then randomly found out I booked it. And then when I got on set, it was the director's assistant, my homegirl. She told me, yeah, that role was already taken essentially. And then I found your video randomly, and it was so different.
Hey.
I made the director watch it, and that's
So they got it out the garbage and said,
yeah, facts.
So when you're going through that process, you're on set. You know, what was that like being on set with like Issa Rae?
You know, I don't think, you know, that day, to be honest with you, I don't think I met Issa on set because she wasn't in my scene specifically. Okay. Yeah, but I met her before a few times.
Okay.
It's always an honor to just work with people that are like doing, you know, dope, especially like dope for Black folks. So
any funny stories from Abbott Elementary, from House Party?
It was fun to work with Janelle because she's a comedian.
Okay.
Janelle James.
Yeah, Janelle James. Yeah, man. Yeah. And I didn't really know, I knew who she was obviously, but we never really met yet. But randomly she had a stand-up show like 3 days before, and she invited me to be on a show. Like, bet I'll pull up. And so we got to talk and everything. So when we actually got to do the scene, it was hella fun. Yeah, I mean, she's such a goofball, and by that time, she was like the show's favorite character, so she gets to do whatever she wants. She's just throwing random shit out, and I'm just trying not to get fired, so I'm sticking to my lines, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was great. I got to chat up with Vince Staples that day too, which was cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And did your parents react any differently when they saw you from going from the comic stage to the screen? What was their response?
I think they were more excited about the acting stuff, just because a lot of stand-up money, and Godfrey could attest to this, it's like in the dark. People don't realize how much money comedians are making because oftentimes we don't post about it. There's so many different ways.
Yeah, it's not
to
like
make money
athletes where they tell you what you signed. And they think if you're not the certain comics that they always see, you're not successful.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I know comics that just do cruise ships that are making
stupid.
Hell, there's another guy, Bob Marley. You know the white Bob Marley? He's a Massachusetts, Boston guy.
Yeah.
This dude he's wealthy, and he don't even really go anywhere but the East Coast. That's his.
Yeah, that's
and
his
he's
region.
got boats, and he's making. So people get this thing that you're not in this movie, that movie, you ain't doing. I said, what?
Yeah.
Any comedian that is making a living doing stand up, you are successful as. Yeah. There's people who I know who do colleges. They just do colleges, and that's their thing. There's church ones, the ones that do the clean comedy.
Like corporations.
You get corporate gigs. I got a buddy who does corporate, my boy Wally Collins, veteran. All he does is like video game conventions and making 50, 60 to 100. Yeah, just to host it. Boom, boom, boom. He goes, I don't do this. I do.
There's comics doing like stuff for like the WWE.
Oh, sure.
They're all over.
I didn't realize there's such this whole other undercover world.
It's like nursing.
Because you got
it's like nursing.
There are writers' rooms.
Travel nurses.
Comics is the most malleable profession when it comes to entertainment, because we're needing like so many podcasting, writing, etc.
We need hosts and stuff for energy. Can you host this? I host a medical. I just hosted a medical. Just with all, even after that Luigi Mangione, I went and hosted some medical association.
He said even after Luigi.
Even after it was right after the Luigi. And I was like, yeah, how much you paying?
That's got to be cool because also too, you can move in a certain way that a lot of people who have a lot of that exposure or people are counting their pockets, like you can move in a different type of way. Acting, I know that, do you have a preference like with acting being on the stage or, doing stand up or acting? Do you have one?
No, I love them both. I think stand up is probably my favorite only because the wait time from inspiration to actuality is that small, right? If I think of a great idea today, I could go on a club tonight instead. Versus like a great TV show I did. I might not see this in 10 years. It might not actually hit the screen for a long time.
Insecurities about that. When they say, why don't you do your own show? Why don't you make your own show? Like I'm never insecure about my stand-up. I go, what? Stand-up is like you putting on your sneakers like, I'm ready to kill this. But when it comes to like, you need to create your own show, I get like insecure because I got 18 different people telling me I ain't like, nah, I don't like it,
Right,
and
somebody got something to say.
And I did stand up around the world. Yeah. Saudi, Israel, I've been all over the world doing stand up, and I got some fathead with a clipboard telling me I'm not funny. I want to strangle him. I can't handle like, what do you mean? This is dope. What are you talking about? Yeah. And he's like, well, we don't. And then and I've been in meetings, I'm not even gonna lie, where I see people, I'll be in an office and you see people on their walls that have shows. I go, I'm funnier than him. I was like, I've been on shows with him and I blew him out the water. In my head, I'm like, this got a show? God damn. So you got to take that shit. And I'm like, I do live shows for people of all races, and you don't like what I gave you. Like, it's a real mind fight. It's like I have to get used to it.
I can only imagine because you're waiting for somebody else's approval where you have more control as a stand-up where you go, I created something. I now present it. Everybody laughs. You get like that instant feedback where waiting unless you have your own network. He's like, hey, I'm Tyler Perry up in here. Yeah, like you ain't getting that. Are there any roles that you wouldn't do? Like when it comes to acting, is there anything you would stay away from?
Yeah, sure.
The dress, yo. Yeah. Watch out for the dress. No panties, man.
Yeah,
Be careful.
I'm sure there's a bunch. I wouldn't know till they come across my desk, but I'm sure.
Is it a real desk? Because people say that all the time on coffee.
It's futon. He talking about
is it a real desk?
My coffee table.
Yo, are you?
How about dating? Like, are you dating? What's that like?
Yeah, dating life is cool. I got a young lady right now, so yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Now is she? I got to ask.
No, she's not. She's not.
How did you know what I was going to ask?
Yeah.
What am I going on?
What am I? Nigerian.
It's like
she's American.
She was born in America. Yeah,
she was born in America.
It's funny. She's black though. She is black.
It's funny that before I even said it, you knew exactly what I was going to say because when my mom was alive, that's what she was like. Why don't you date a Nigerian woman? He's like, no, she's not. But
here's the thing about that too. Is like kind of what we were talking about before. Growing up, my parents just always introduced me to everybody as like my cousins. Yeah, you know what I mean. And then when you turn 18, all of a sudden like Chichi is. She's not your cousin. She's cute, right? Yeah. I'm like, no, that's my cousin. I told everybody.
Right. It's too late. Yeah.
So mentally, I'll never be there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now there's still obviously a bunch of. It's just more like proximity thing, like whoever you run into.
Yep, that's right.
But that for me, that was a big part of it earlier on. I didn't really like date Nigerian girls after I turned 18. Just because everybody was my cousin in my head.
Yeah. That's an interesting point. But I know you have a set where you say you like, and I don't know if this is the 80% true or the 10% true. But you like dating feminists. Why?
Oh, that's an old joke.
Yeah.
No, I wrote that.
I went back.
I don't think you meant it.
No. I meant at that time because it was like a play on like paying for dates. That was like probably one of my first jokes I wrote like a long time ago. It was just about like I like date feminists just because they pick up the bill to like prove
that they're strong.
I don't need your dick dollars. Like, not dick dollars.
Pay for my boss.
I'll pay for your meal and my meal. Like, I'm boss prove it.
How have you grown now from that joke? With the types of women you like to date or who you're dating.
It's really just a vibe for me. Honestly, like. It's more about the individual themselves. I don't necessarily look like for a specific type. It's just more about, if we vibe, we vibe.
And if you weren't dating, would you do the apps or would you go out on a dating show?
I've been on
I ain't been on a dating show, but I'm old fashioned, man. I just go to Target, Trader Joe's.
You harass.
No. I wait for a pretty girl.
You're like me. I be out 5 with shot. But you getting cereal?
Are you saying that's better than the app, the target?
In my opinion, because I think women they like to feel like God brought you into their space versus like they saw you on an app.
Right.
When they feel like it was fake, I feel like they're more open to it. Like they see you at a show, or they just ran into you, or they dropped something, you picked it up. They like that first story to be special. They don't want to say we met on the app.
And don't go to Target, man. You know black folks.
And IGs, Instagrams, and that. There's
He's still going to Target after all our protests.
I'm sure you 6'3". I'm sure you hanging out in the aisle where I know they're gonna go for that one right there. I'm gonna just stand in this aisle and just pretend like I'm looking at prices until you need that right there.
You want these pickles?
Yeah,
you want these pickles?
You want that the goosey spice, huh?
And you know what's funny is when something drops, nothing ever drops in real life, and you pick it up and you meet someone. It's only in movies.
It's never
I've never been like, oh hell no.
You dropped your cheeses.
No one picks it up. They go, I'm leaving that there.
You want to get married?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, why you think so?
I think so. Yeah, I think I do.
Stay in my area. I'm a piece of
No. I think marriage
Are your
is
parents
beautiful.
pressuring you? Like, do you feel pressure?
I mean, yeah, I feel pressure in some ways, but it's not like unhealthy pressure, if that makes sense.
Siblings married?
Only one is married. One was married.
Yeah. Okay.
Another one was married.
What about kids? You want kids?
Yeah, I'm open to that too.
Now, are you you want like the Nigerian amount of kids, like 5 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10?
I mean, look, if a lot of money come my way and I can hire people to help.
The FU money.
Yeah, if I have nannies and all. Daycare.
FU money.
You got to think about all those things. Daycare, all that stuff.
Okay, let's just put it out there. You got all the money that you want. Like, how many kids you want?
I'd be cool with 3.
I thought you were going like 10.
No. Like if you got, it's like I'd be like Elon Musk, 14.
Because I would still I still want to be present. You know what I mean? Three's enough.
Like if you have the FU money,
how many kids would you? If you had FU money, how
3 to 5. I wouldn't mind 3 to 5.
Yeah, I would cool with 5 is cap.
FU money, why not 15 and 20?
I'm not Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I want a whole army of Musks.
Yeah.
I don't care who the woman is. I'll a robot.
Yeah.
But a cyborg.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't. If I have FU money, 3 to 5, it depends.
One of the funniest things I heard you say about marriage is like you said that being married to the wrong person is like dying slowly.
Yeah.
Like you was like jumping off you got to tell me what inspired that joke.
I mean, I've seen it in in real time with different relationships I've been exposed to where, oftentimes they always say if the divorce rate is 50, it should be 60 probably. You know what I mean?
It is 60.
Because people will stay in a situation they don't want to be in just because it's familiar, just because of what society might think.
Yeah.
Just because they fear the unknown. It's the same way like you stay in a job for too long, you stay with a manager for too long, you stay with anything for too long. So I think it's more about like marrying the wrong person terrifies me, not necessarily marriage itself. Yes, I think the joke kind of came from that. Yeah.
Okay.
Just seen in real life. Yeah.
Man, it is so good, Chinedu, to have you here, man. It was a good time. It really was.
I appreciate it.
I want to give you that opportunity because you've got a special that is out right now.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. I did a half hour. Shout out to Heartbeat Productions. And, Don't Tell Comedy as well. It was like
Don't Tell.
They helped with some of the producing of it, but yeah, it was a Heartbeat production, LOL Live. So yeah, we taped it in Vegas.
So did you do it? Don't Tell? Yeah, I've done it.
I've done it. Don't Tell
a couple months ago. Okay, you did. Don't Tell probably before me.
Yeah, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay, I did mine this year.
Yeah, it was dope. I watched it. It was great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So yeah, the special will be out. It'll be dope. We taped it in Vegas.
Nice.
A few, it was maybe 8 of us out there, just for the Heartbeat weekend.
Okay.
It was a great time, and the crowds was lit. I was nervous it might be a bunch of a touristy crowd, because you never know what you get in Vegas. It could be maybe they don't speak English.
You're like, what is this guy saying? I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. Where's Kevin?
Man, it's so
it was great. It was great.
Yeah, congratulations.
Appreciate that.
Yes.
You can check out the special on Hulu. That's streaming right now.
Yes.
You can find them online. Chinedu, man, we appreciate you.
No doubt, man.
Appreciate you stopping by.
Chinedu Unaka.
Thank you, man. Good time, man.
154.
154. We all connected, baby, you already know. I'm talking 154. We bringing Africa around the whole globe. Ain't no place like home. Ain't no place like